Full Sense, they have been avoiding Lotus as much as they can. It could be a double-edged sword because like the more you avoid a map, the more time you also have time to prep on it. You could change things up and other teams won't know. So it's making me feel uneasy here with
क्या कहते हैं कि ऐसा तो नहीं लग रहा ना मैं सो के
maybe a
उठूं.
good thing, maybe a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially when we look at that Lotus, right, the composition that we've seen Velocity
वो
play in
देखते
the
हैं
past
चलो.
has had
Watch
SK
party.
Rossi on that chamber,
Start
which
हो
I
गया
think
क्या?
is fantastic. I love watching it, but it is also a very different style. It's away from the meta, so it's what will Full Sense have prepared to deal with that. If you can put a stop to that chamber, then he becomes effectively a useless agent because he doesn't have a lot of util to help the team. So I'm so excited for that map too. But as you say, we are starting on Ascent, where I think the shoe is on the other foot. Is what the Velocity have prepared to deal with the deadlock that we're almost certain Full Sense are going to be bringing out here. I need to see good game plans, good protocols, and not giving them too much space on attack because we know how effective deadlock is in those post plants. So I think this is a battle of macro, this is a battle of preparation, and I think this veto has this going all the way in my mind. So yeah, very excited.
I am on board with you there. I think we are going into a map number 3 at this point because it has the potential to be very back and forth. And with how these teams play also, you know, you could see very explosive rounds on the side of Full Sense, but then you know, on the side of Velocity also, I trust that they're able to actually pull back the rounds. I trust that their comeback factor is a lot more powerful than people think, especially since, as we mentioned, we're playing on this stage where Velocity has players that are no stranger to this stage. We keep talking about how it's a different kind of Valorant. It's a different game once you step onto that stage, and that can make or break certain series. So I'm hoping that Velocity knows that. I'm hoping that they lean into that. And especially here on Ascent, all they have to do is just really keep their calm. I feel like they can pull through this, even though we are heavily favoring Full Sense here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious if we're going to see a composition swap here for Velocity. So last time we saw them play it, they were running that jet, very standard across the board. But as I said, tomorrow's Neon is very strong. I feel like I would rather them mix it up, try something different, because it's a map you've not been successful at and your opponent has been very strong at. Now is the time to take risks. You're coming in as the underdog. I think it's okay to kind of blow things up, take these bigger risks, experiment, because it's still the group stages. And if you can steal that map away, then the series is yours for the taking. So I think I want to see them play with confidence. I want to see them take risks, both in preparation and in the server. I mean, this is an aggressive team. South Asia is an aggressive region, and I think you gotta really want to highlight SK Rossi because that is an incredibly aggressive player. So I want him to use those skills he's learned at the top level, really put it to use here, and be all up in the face of Full Sense, who are also going to be aggressive, by the way. Thai Valorant is not slow.
Oh, definitely not. It's as you mentioned, we're expecting very explosive rounds here. And I think from the side of SK Rossi, I love that we're seeing a lot of growth from him as well. You highlighted him as a very aggressive player, but we're also seeing him shine in the backlines, right? Picking up the sentinel roles also a lot this year. So that's something that adds another level to the side of Velocity. This kind of flexibility that they can pull out from their players is something that I'm also looking forward to. I'm eager to see, as you mentioned, new compositions come out because the advantage of actually having a few weeks break is it's enough time to actually switch things around, especially if you want to focus on a certain map.
क्या है ये मेरे को VCT Ascension के बारे में थोड़ा explain करोगे guys, because I am not aware of
point because the
मतलब I don't know how this works.
The first tier 2 league to come to a conclusion. Velocity were the very first team locked into Ascension.
अभी तो एक Paris वाला हुआ था, वो क्या था भाई? अब वापस स्टार्ट हो रहा है क्या चैंपियंस
tournament to get ready to get prepared for this tournament. So if they've really put that to good use, they have a very big advantage heading into this. So I'm curious, they've had plenty of time to make changes, adjust roles and fix mistakes. So if they're able to use that very well, I think I'm very optimistic.
Definitely. I'm also optimistic to see what both of these teams have prepared after that little bit of a break. As we mentioned before, this could be the final Ascension. So I'm imagining all of these teams actually want to put that best foot forward because again, we don't know when a chance like this is going to come out in the same kind of iteration. We're seeing the Thai representation as well with the Thai Elephant fans coming out for Full Sense. And now as Velocity walk out, we're seeing like some of the players really shake off some of those initial nerves. You know that they want to be fully warmed up as they stepped into the server. We know that Velocity have been so dominant in South Asia. I want to see that confidence carry over here onto the Thai stage. Even if they are facing off against a team that is fighting on their home court, we know that Full Sense, they can be very comfortable as they step onto the stage. And as we mentioned before, teams who are playing in their home court, they do have a little bit of that buff that can come in.
Oh, it's a massive buff. It's massive knowing that there's people in the crowd supporting you, cheering for you. A little bit of that bleeding in through the earphones goes a very long way. So for Full Sense, I really want to see them kind of lean on that. Know this is your home ground. We saw how far Boom were able to take it last year when Ascension was in Indonesia. This is a massive buff that I think they should really lean into. But on the flip side, for Velocity, you know they have this advantage. I want to see Velocity start very strong, silence that crowd, and put a stop to any momentum that Full Sense might be bringing into this tournament.
Oh, front lines.
I think one other thing we have to highlight on the side of Full Sense is right now Kukugod is not in this roster.
Hi,
is in instead. So how does that affect the roles? How
VLT
does that change
जीतेगा
things?
जीतेगा यार
Question.
मैं सपोर्ट
And
करूंगा
ultimately,
जीतेगा
how does that throw off this preparation?
अरे नहीं मैंने
that we know
जानबूझ के बंद
Velocity
किया था
have had ample time to do. So I am incredibly curious. But yeah, like you say, Potter as well on that Jet, on that Duelist is an absolute demon. He's for sure one to watch, and it's about being able to neutralize that fire.
delay हटा दी थी मैं
Interesting matchups across every single role here, so I just can't wait for this game to get started.
Yeah, it's good that you pointed
क्या
it
कर
out.
रहा है
Because,
ये
like, the last time we did
Lightning
see
burst.
Full Sense
Dance कर
on
रहा है
Ascent, you had Kukugod on that deadlock, which was
Yeah.
so crucial to the composition of Full Sense. But now, as we're seeing it, we're seeing Opinion take over. Okay, I believe this is going to be one of the first times that he's bringing out the
इनके लिए
deadlock,
updates
if I'm
आ गए
not
क्या
mistaken. But
ये
we're
लोग
seeing
playing
a
with
sort of
updates
similar
without
line of
updates
Full
वैसे
Sense
I
and
played
compositions there, but from the side of Velocity.
क्या कहते हैं मैंने वो खेला था अबिस खेला था आफ्टर अपडेट जो नया मैप भाई कल तो
Very different, but I'm so excited for this.
वो हो रहा था यार मजा नहीं आ रहा था खेलने में यार ऐसा क्यों हो रहा था
Who they are, Damara's back
ये
on his
कूलिंग
signature
पैड है
neon,
हाँ
SK Rossi on his signature chamber. They've listened to me. They've gone back to personal comfort, and I think
हाय
they've
लक्ष्य
excelled the individuals here. This is great.
बढ़िया
They're trying
कैसे
to
हो
accept
तुम
this, and they're going to be throwing Full Sense off entirely. We're still playing that same comp, so now I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic about Velocity here in how they're going to make this work.
Ooh, I wonder how quickly Full Sense can actually adjust, given the little bit of a roster shuffle. Yes, he's playing the same role, but I'm sure playstyle-wise, it's still going to be a bit of an
Hi,
adjustment.
Aaron.
Velocity, it sounds like comfort is key for this, as you're seeing everybody lean into some comfort picks. The agents that they know like the backs of their hands here. So I'm seeing that Velocity actually have the potential to take this and just
I
stick to
was
the thing.
out
Yeah, the
went for
breach is also so
I
surprising.
went to
think
touch
people have played
grass.
chamber on this map before, but the breach is entirely new. So let's see how Full Sense managed to deal with this.
Let's see indeed. As we toss it over to our casters, we're going over to Quack and Pilsky for the call.
Thank you, Mika and Morgan. Pilsky. I was just kind of like chuckling to myself because the excitement in Morgan's voice for Velocity's comp. Like, he's just so happy to see them going in with this different composition. He loves those guys. Our only South Asian reps right here in Ascension Pacific.
highlights
I mean,
would
he
be good
did a
thank
very,
you
very good
but
job
अब तो
hiding
पुराने
his
हो गए हैं
bias. You
Fine,
gotta
watch
give
करना
credit
है
where
आज
credit is due. He's
Let's
playing
go,
it
yo, my
cool.
word,
We
big
haven't
fan,
seen
never.
what Velocity is going to be rocking up with this tournament.
Full
It's going
Sense
to be
versus
a very
VLT.
interesting look for them. And honestly, I can't wait to see what they have prepped for this tournament.
मैं तो बहुत
As,
टाइम बाद
they
वॉच पार्टी
are,
कर रही
as
हूँ और
mentioned,
देख
our
रही हूँ
South Asian reps, a little bit of a different look from the South Asia side. Last year, you did see them with the two Kazakhs who went on to some better success, especially for DOS9, both of them performing very well. Now
Hi,
as well with
Devansh,
two
how are
Indo
you?
talents, which begs the question just how deep the talent is in that region, because these guys, they weren't on any of the top teams really in Indonesia.
क्या है इनका
Well,
अटैक
big
है और
and
इनका
strong.
डिफेंस
Sitting
बेस्ट
there,
ऑफ
just
3
kind of in the sub-top of that region.
Yeah,
And
chalo.
Damara's been a monster in that South Asian region this year.
Let's see if they can actually dish out the damage that they did in that region. Up over onto Ascension, already kicking things off. But you do have Arpinia, like Mika mentioned, first time on deadlock, able to land a perfect grab net as well. Everyone's pretty much bugged out all around the site, trying to get some spacing around the back of Generator, but simply spotted out by Full Sense on this pistol.
स्टोरीज
Yeah,
में
it's a
अच्छे लग रहे थे
complete
लाइक
shutdown
वेरी वेरी
on the
क्यूट वाओ
pistol here. This is is Full Sense's map pick, they will be allowed to start on the defensive side. Velocity, they have chosen to start attack here. We talked about game planning on the desk a little bit and changing up their comp, trying to have that surprise factor against Full Sense in this opening game. But so far, unfortunately, not finding too much success in the pistol. It's only early days just yet. I mean, Full Sense, they're going to be feeling confident coming into this game, though. I mean, they've been cutting their teeth in challenges SEA. They've won a stage this year. They've been a top 3 team all year long.
And right now, they're just going to hunker down in with the judge setup. You mentioned that, you know, the team always coming consistently podium finishes. Always been a prominent presence in Southeast Asian Valorant all throughout, I think, as well.
VLT versus
Currently
FS.
just smoking off Velocity. Velocity gonna go in with Russ's flash though, but it doesn't matter if this judge is just ready to hammer down on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this in Champs, right? This was a very much abused mechanic. The judge in some of these angles, you saw it from NRG. Seen some play that exact same angle with that smoke. You've seen it for a couple of years now, but especially right now, it's very trendy and very effective in this current meta.
And the spike on the ground too, like, unless you hope for a lucky classic kill at some point, or maybe Headhunter if Frosty lands it. He's just so low though, Tilly. And now Sephiroth in a prime position to go fan out with the rest of the team. This round should be done. Just waiting for the final player to go down. Madeline trying to sneak away a lucky kill if possible. As soon as the smoke goes off, everyone's just going to push out together. A flawless cleaned up by Full Sense.
Escrosi Optix open करेगा अभी.
Trying to get something for himself.
Judge.
Though, I mean, that's just such a high percentage play at the moment. Playing around that smoke with the judge just makes that anti-eco nice and easy, and that's going to be something that Velocity will have to play around, will have to consider as they head into the anti-bonus. It's the first gun round here for Velocity, and we'll see what they prepped, and Neona's going to give them a lot of pace on this map, but outside of that, I mean, you're really focusing on these punchy set plays with the Neon breach. They can control very nicely, but it's a question of how they follow that up. Once again, they've started off with just taking this A main control, grabbing themselves an orb. Russ is getting closer and closer to this rolling thunder as time goes on. Full Sense just trying to throw off their opponents here. You see this dark cover on middle. It's a little sus.
VLT का
They're not really playing around it
है
at all. It's really just Full Sense chucking a dark cover into middle and making Velocity concerned that there is some kind of play. Especially given the fact that Full Sense is on their bonus here.
The drone just continues to clear out A main as well.
Velocity, a minute on the clock to work with. I've just shoved that A main control. Here's the second wave for them. Smoke to cat, drone into middle is going to be a very clear tell to Full Sense that this is going to be a mid to B, and they've rotated accordingly.
Potter.
You have to see if the shots will be just as good though. So far the macro reading Velocity just right. But through market, this is where the Thorns might not be as effective. I say that, actually, it's pretty spot on. Gonna have to time it just right. And down it goes. Arpinia, unfortunately, the first casualty for Full Sense in this moment. Relay Bolt out to block off CT as well, but Potter in with the Marshall. Doesn't matter if Laz is inside of the smokes. Finds some shots towards the back of his target. And more to go. Low HP, no matter. Shots found all the way to the back of Boathouse.
It's just too readable for Velocity. Everything in that round on the attacking side was so telegraphed and so easy for Full Sense to read. Got to give credit where credit's due. Like Velocity, they took their time working their way into the B side. They isolated the deadlock on stairs, but outside of that, there really wasn't too much to write home about, unfortunately. Full Sense re-cleared A main. The smoke to cat and the drone into middle, as I mentioned, makes it very obvious that Velocity are at some point in the round going to split mid to B, and Full Sense have plenty of time to prep for that.
It's just fantastic. And now for the first time in this half, they hear presence from Velocity inside of main. Everyone's prepared. He got this out, Bob Potter.
He's gonna farm up,
waiting for the shot. Oh, yeah, he's just gonna go Pilly. Oh, look at Alpinia chiming in as well with the angle from stairs. Potential for more too. Already tossed out the grab net, and it's another round as well where the spikes dropped in. Thankfully, there's smoke. They can retrieve that somewhat, but who's behind? Sephiroth alongside Laz. This fragging IGL from Full Sense. No matter, it's just a judge. Close range. A flawless again.
Sets are well and truly in their comfort zone on home soil. Their opponents have given them the defensive side of their map pick. It really just couldn't be a better day for Full Sense thus far. Velocity have not posed them any questions.
Judge वाले players मेरे को ऐसे भी नहीं पसंद थे. Judge और ये Odin.
Felt a little bit too easy. And as a result, you see just how good the economy is on Full Sense right now. Potter's brought out the op. Plenty of cash in the back pocket to continue reinvesting. Velocity, we'll see what they go towards. This A main control early on in the round has not been working for them. They're going to go towards middle, but the op's already posted up.
अब मरेगा Ivan. नहीं.
It's been pretty decent so far. This time blinded though, so has to get out. But as soon as Velocity philosophize their way into market, they get stopped. Players hold up the round, and they're looking for a couple more. Peeked out alongside Annihilation. That's a frag. That's a second one. Russ making a slight trade, but he is pinned down to heck. Does get a couple, but unfortunately will go down with the rest of the team, and that leaves SK Rossi, who's been skulking across. Can he set this flank up? It's going to be tough, Pilly, because I don't think he's got the angles or the utility. Just going to go in for a slight crouch peek to boot.
Yeah, able to take one down at least. Still got a lot of time to work with, 45 seconds. Successfully lurked his way through B and found the entry. He's going to have to do this whole round by himself.
यार ऑप है यार. मर जाएगा.
Around the corner, it's the op.
नहीं.
Slight whiffs, but Sephiroth got the 6.
Yeah, nicely done. Full Sense were already set up to deal with that mid to B through market. Like they already had a player in the bait corner in market. You'll see it here. Blaz is set up. Leviathan's playing in the open space here. And then you've got both the Deadlock and the Jet already at top middle. Effectively, you're running into a two-way crossfire. And there's already 4 players from Full Sense ready to shut down that mid to B.
तुमने खा लिया
It feels
खाना?
like despite any comp changes, despite, you know, Velocity trying to throw something a little bit different at Full Sense coming into this game, Full Sense have just had perfect reads thus far. Like, there really is just nothing that Velocity have done that have really thrown them off at all.
आलू का सब्जी.
None whatsoever, right?
यार
I
मेरे
mean,
को
even
भूख
in
लग
that
रही है.
round,
पता
it
क्या
was that
बना है?
market
पालक
pull.
पनीर.
Even though
Yummy.
Potter might have, you know, whipped the first shot, or flashes and
Hello,
everything, but
Yeah,
you mentioned it, the reads, the way that they're switching around their setups,
VLT coach?
it's just so darn impressive. Definitely a need a timeout for Velocity at this point.
See what they come up with.
ये यूफो का टूर्नामेंट खेलना चालू किया.
Said about the
वो नहीं
experience
खेल
of
रहा
this
है.
score. It's
यूफो का खेल रहा
a
है.
direct
वो तो
contrast
I
to what
think
you saw from South Asia's representative
It's
in last
representative
year's
बन के
Ascension.
आएगा.
I felt like the Indian core of the team or the South Asian core of the team wasn't as rock solid as this current iteration. You do have players, as mentioned, like Lightning Fast, like Russ, who have experience in Pacific playing on Global to join SK Rossi, whereas the imports
पालक
might not be
पनीर.
the names that would be at the tip of your tongue when it comes to Indonesian talent, but they have been grinding this roster all year long, and they've won the last 2
यार
splits of
मेरा
South Asia
माउस खराब हो
back
गया
to
था
back.
आज. उसका जो स्क्रॉल नहीं है,
It's a
मैं अप करती हूँ तो भी कूदता है, डाउन करती हूँ तो भी कूदता है, बट मेरा सिर्फ अप में वो है.
South Asian reps.
मतलब खराब हो गया. वाइपर में नहीं.
Representatives last year went out 7th, 8th place, so
I heard
hopefully not
Palak
the same
Paneer.
result this time. It is
Palak
stage
Paneer
after
bro
all.
for lunch
We'll
and I'm
kick things
sitting here
off
watching the
with
match.
Rolling Thunder into sight.
I'm so hungry.
No execute just yet. There are thorns as well as roses, being able to halt them in their tracks. The judge firing off successfully. Off to a sheriff as well. Leviathan then comes in to mop things up.
Thorns थे क्या?
Velocity organizing another
नीचे
pretty
जाना
well
पड़ेगा
set
लेने.
play. It was the initial A main
भूख लग रहा है.
control. They're contacting up Cat in the meanwhile. You get the Rolling Thunder all the way
भाई अगर मैं
across
जाऊंगी और
three, but
VLT एक
unfortunately
राउंड
there's
जीत
just
गया
no
तो
capitalization off the back of that.
तो फिर आप
By the
नीचे
time
से
you're
भाग
actually
कर ही
committing to that side, the Rolling Thunder has already elapsed, and you're once again running into the judge. What is that shot on the sheriff from Sephiroth to follow up? That was ridiculous flick onto tree. That is just the kind of raw mechanics that these players on Full Sense have, man.
फिट दिख रही है मैं
It's
तो
been giving them the consistent
हमेशा ही
performances
fit
all
दिखती हूँ
throughout Challengers Southeast Asia
Don't
this
go for
entire
me.
year. I'm not just talking split 3.
बैट्स एंड
But
सिटिंग.
here they go again. It's Potter back towards middle. A
Short
big
ही देख
crunch coming
रहा
out from Velocity this time.
Oh.
Hunter's Fury goes huge, and
What?
it's lightning fast to block off A short with a double kill.
Where the hell did full sets just go, man? They all died like chickens. I'd love to see the replay of that Hunter's Fury. Great adjustment from Velocity. That was the same little trap that you've seen from full sets previously. What a beautiful play from Velocity Sova. That is the exact same setup that just shut them down when they tried to go mid to B earlier, remember? But this time, with the Hunter's Fury through market, tiles to market is not something you see too often. And
मैं चली गई थी, मेरा Wi-Fi चला गया था उसमें.
Just a lovely little adjustment, but they've got to keep that up, Khushi. 1-6 is still not the most satisfying score that you'll have for this first half. Drones out now, over onto middle.
भाई यानी कि तुम्हारे आने से थोड़ी देर पहले ही जीती है.
Inside the middle of VLT has copped the stun. Damara not feeling bold enough to capitalize though.
मैंने तो सोचा 13-0 होगा यार.
Yeah. This one slowly. Waiting for some kind of reaction from full sets.
Feel the velocity. Yeah, VLT जीत जाए यार. कुछ इंडिया का नाम रोशन हो जाए.
Be granted towards B main for now at least. Operator suddenly make noted.
I mean, this is just not something that you'd ever see. An op inside B main on the lurk. And you're just walking in, caught completely off guard.
Still have the sheer wall at least though. But it's going to be market.
The
main point of contention. Arpinia pushes in towards main, but no chance to pull out util. It's going to be Velocity able to kick things into high gear onto the site. Damara slows things down just a bit to kind of offset Sephiroth's rhythm, and unfortunately, that's where full sense goes down. Potter gonna have to run off to save.
Nicely done. Velocity starting to make some adaptations, starting to get rolling a little bit. Dealt well with the mid setup in the previous gun round. This gun round, I mean, the slow walk through B main.
क्या है? अभी तो champions खत्म हुए तो ये Ascension कैसे आ रहा है?
3 kills.
मतलब एक और बार champ start होने वाला है क्या? क्या scene है ये?
Punishing that mid-round aggression into B main. You know, it's a pretty common protocol nowadays where your B players will aggress into B main in the mid-round where you don't have too much information and just try to isolate that duel. But up against an op, that's just free pickings.
Potter.
It's definitely a welcome sight. Yeah, especially when it's an off. A weapon which Rossi is familiar with for sure. Didn't have too much of a goal from the previous year, but here we go. Finally locating Potter and managing to rob that away with a 9th kill to boot.
Already sending a message. Here's Damara. Saw it in the highlight there that he has got about 14 games on the Neon in the last
भाई उसने मारा है.
The next highest played duelist was like 3 or 4
Rossi ने 2.
So he's wanting to try to drown that agent as much as possible, and you can see he's confident with the movement to get in there for the nice little right click. It's going to definitely start to lift the spirits of Velocity here after a slow start.
Certainly could translate to more rounds, maybe. We're going to see an op challenge both angles. Potter's got the advantageous one for now, though. But at the same time, just a slight pump fake over towards bottom mid.
Just trying to bait out the sheer wall.
क्या लगता है इसके रोसी की जेट? दोनों ऑप में एक ही एंगल आ के बैठे.
Oh, that's where Potter is going to have so much to do. Needs to be able to react quickly if he is to stay alive and get out, possibly. Cloudburst in, manages to tailwind away. The flashpoint spent. Here comes Laz and an attempt to retrade, but no. Russ is right on top of it. Hunter's Fury instantly ripped to try to stop them, but it's not happening. Velocity will barrel on through.
यूटिल नर्व पे क्या कहना चाहते हो? यार मैं तो देखा ही नहीं क्या क्या नर्व हुआ. साइफर नर्व तो बहुत ही सैड है.
To scurry back out of B main there.
And now Rossi's got market as well. Another shot echoing throughout this entire site. It's a message to Apinia and Leviathan that you do not want to pass this threshold over onto B. Back off. It's our time now.
Yo, what year is it, Quack? We're scared of SK Rossi's up again. He's back. Like, I can't even remember, like 2021 or something like that. Everyone was like, this guy is insane on the op. You know?
Yeah, man.
Current year, 2025.
Rossi ही कहते हैं.
Running for kills. Yeah, I know what is going on.
Okay.
अरे
bomb गिरा दी.
Oh, we picked it up? Yeah, there we go. All right, all good. We recycled it back for Rossi. Man, Velocity, I'm very impressed with these last couple of rounds. I love what they're doing. Beautiful flashpoint to push that off the line, and these are the kind of things. I mean, that's fantastic from Damara as well. Catches the updraft from the Jet, trying to get back into sight. These small little timings, and it's something that Big Time talked about. I don't think the hard reads or the initial start to this game is what impresses me about Velocity's playing, but it's more just the agents and the way that they're executing their game plan that you can tell is making Full Sense very uncomfortable. You're not ready for a flashpoint on that angle into B main to push your op off the line. You're not ready for the shove up middle to be able to, you know, take out your sheer 3 seconds into the round off the Neon. It's the fact that it's kind of this unique style with an agent you don't usually see. Therefore, you're not ready for the routines and the protocols that Velocity is throwing at you. And those little micro moments are what are kind of throwing Full Sense off. And they're getting punished pretty hard, I actually have to say.
It's true. Not to mention that little pump fake as well. I mean, the recovery is nice, but they have to keep it going. It still is a 3-6 for now. I mean, if they can actually take this map win as well, that would already be quite the statement to make. You know, it's a different performance as compared to what they had in their grand final for the South Asian Ascension qualifier. But for now, back into it. This is Full Sense's timeout. Let's see if it does convert over to a dub.
And this is immediately some change-ups from Velocity. We see Madeline, you know, sitting at the backside of B, lining up some kind of crazy lineup. Op and Triple Peak posting out towards bottom middle. Just going to allow Velocity to start contacting up Cat. At least initially into this round, Velocity are very much expecting some kind of aggression here from Full Sense. But they won't bite. So Madeline, I'm just curious where this dart is going. I think that's into Wine, right? It's either that or like a set dart into the site. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be the Wine take. Yeah. Into A main. So that's been taken by Velocity. All picked up yet again. We've seen this a couple of times from them in the early round. But with 30 seconds elapsing, this has been a very slow round. And they still do have this op on the attacking side. Which begs the question, how does this round look when it's finished? Because they are really running the clock down here.
It's definitely going to be pretty hectic to pick up. Full Sense are still controlling the map. You mentioned the recon from before. They smoked that off. You also have this barrier mesh down to the last few seconds, and then they break it. Sonic Sensor slows them down, though. Affords time for Full Sense to get the rotations in, Pils. Look, they set the paranoia as well, Pilski. Still trying to break their way out, at least. Velocity trudging
20
on
seconds.
through. Annihilation just makes them feel so scared. They can't quite find safe entry onto site. Now Potter over onto main, crosshair thrown off. They escape the Annihilation. Sephiroth for a couple of shots, and that unfortunately will be all that Full Sense can get. A successful spike take in the spike plant. Last now. Out from the top of heaven. Does have steel guard and maybe a flash, but needs to shoot down so much more. Madeline will not have it. Velocity up to a 4th.
Wow. Like they are really just playing this game of Ascent at their own pace. They don't feel too much pressure there. Like, I'm looking at the clock that whole round back. I'm like, bro, there's 15 seconds to go. And Full Sense have got 4 stack on the A site. This round is over, right? Like, they are going to choke. They're not going to be able to put the pieces together. But they execute that A split perfectly. Even when they get caught by the Annihilation, there's no panic. They just came in together as that clock really started to dwindle down. And I mean, the timeline says it all here. 4 rounds in a row for Velocity. The calling has been phenomenal. And Full Sense just do not seem to have the answer, even post-timeout.
I do imagine that's a little bit of experience. I am definitely impressed and tickled by the past 4 rounds that Velocity have picked up. A slight tech pause for a gear issue to get fixed, but at the same time, you have to be admiring, you know, how this has gone back and forth between both teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's their own unique take on how they want to, you know, play this map. Every single time we say it coming into Ascension that South Asia is the region, as mentioned by Morgan on the desk, that finishes before a lot of the other regions. It gives you some time to watch how the other teams play and maybe prep something special, but it also gives you a lot of time to flip your comps to completely change up your style. You go back and look at what Velocity was doing in this map unsuccessfully in South Asia with the standard comp, and now they bring something fresh that's working really well here.
Well, this time at least though, Full Sense wanting to take the fight to them. Picking up the orb, Blade Storm at the ready for Potter.
Contact up in response from Velocity. Just working together as a unit. Drone will go up short, trying to pull some attention and some interest over towards A while the rest of Velocity walk their way into middle, but the updraft here from Potter could be deadly.
He listens out for the flash first, and there he goes. Oh, right off the rip. Cracked one skull. Can he find more, though? That's the question. Tailwind, unfortunately, expires, and no shots connected just yet. Madeline, maybe a bit of chip damage, but that's it. Leviathan to hold out towards the back, but Russ quickly to trade off, and now you've got options.
The flash and the spacing is just so clean from Velocity. They are working slowly, but methodically together. Eyes on Opinia inside of B main, naught but a sheriff to his name. Has to go huge here for Full Sense.
Goes in for the tap. The second shot will do the trick. Now weapon retrieved as well. Maybe slowed down for the time being, but still, SK Rossi, tour de force, trying to block off rotations all the way out from spawn. Russ does have Rolling Thunder as well.
Yeah, picked up off the back of the plant. Rossi playing from spawn with the op out.
And you go out for out, Pilly. Gravnet spotted, so Rossi knows exactly where to look. And he lands the shot with precise accuracy. Not the second one, though. A slight chance, an opening for Full Sense to come in strong on the retake. Russ looking to slow them down further. Laz caught in his tracks, but able to stick onto the spike at least. Aftershocks him to dissuade it. But now they go.
Nice.
Oh, Russ! He's just playing around the corner! Sephiroth getting the shot at the end, but at that point, no time for the defuse.
Nice clutch.
That's just bloody brilliant. In the back of the site there. Fault line plus the aftershock to force them off of the defuse. Steel Garden comes in from Full Sense. They're expecting to be able to waltz back into the site, but they overlook the fact that the tour de force is pulled out from Rossi. That does not count as a primary weapon. You're still peeking straight into an op. And that's a 5th round in a row for Velocity.
Sally clutch for sure.
Hi, Rishabh.
One more to tie up the score, Billy.
A main taken once again from Velocity. That's not ideal. Have a sit down, Sephiroth. Calm down, brother. One's
Go on and hang back.
That's prepping the aftershock. It is a 1-4 once again. Rossi kind of on the lurk in towards B main. The rest of the boys.
Let's go.
A main control drone. What's nothing for Leviathan.
This is Russ calling it to perfection as well. Aftershock at an angle to swing out. Sephiroth able to take down the first, though. It's a slide in from Damara, though. And that's quickly dealt with. Blockade set up outside of A main. VLT has to look for other options.
Yeah, they were really just trying to force Full Sense into that A main fight, but didn't necessarily get to take the fight on the terms that they were looking for. Deadlock wall starting to fade out. 40 seconds on the clock as Rossi looks for a pick with the op.
Will he have the right angle, though? Sonic sensor as well, and from the previous contest, you are already aware that there are 3 possible hostiles on this A site. From the shadows clears,
यार ये थोड़ा
which
मुश्किल
might
लग रहा है
give Full
राउंड.
Sense a better idea of where Velocity are. Trying to find another avenue of entry out.
Oh, nice
top.
shot, nice.
He's together, they swing! It's just Sephiroth, low HP, alongside Arpenia towards the bottom of hell.
Oh my.
No way! Velocity had to deal with, and they managed to take them down in quick succession. All on to Laz. An Arc Rose equipped. That's all he's got. Slowly slicing the pie.
Ooh.
Managing to spot out the first head, but Rossi off and through with the headhunter.
Nice
Velocity tie up the score.
What am I watching, man? How have they just contacted up cat into tree through a bloody window and a door 3v5 and won that with 15 seconds on the clock? There is no way that they should be allowed to do that. I have to ask the same question. What are Full Sense doing?
मेरे को कोई वीडियो है ही नहीं, इतनी वीडियो है.
Well, we're gonna have to hold on to those questions because it's in it for a little halftime break, but hopefully in the second half, the answers will be revealed.
और रोटी खा लीजिए कॉफी भी रिकमेंड करवा है कमबैक तो हो गया भाई वो 40 से 66 अरे मैं सैलेड खाना भूल गई ओ भाई
What doing was the question posed towards Full Sense at the end of that first half. Well, we're going to find out now that Full Sense are on the attack in this second half.
6 in a row for Velocity at the end of that half. Rossi on the line. It's a double peek into him. Doesn't lose his life, though. Able to rendezvous to safety for now, and Full Sense will take mid control. But look at this mid stack from Velocity just lying in wait.
3 on the other end. Russ with potential fault line and flash. They will go in for the peak. Really bolt up from Damara as well. Just straight into the fray. Russ provides additional fire support, and all of a sudden, Full Sense, they've got to tuck away. Leviathan trying to shoot himself out into a safer angle. Smoked off by Sephiroth, but still low HP on both ends. Velocity, a couple more dinks, and they could be dead, so having to back off safely.
Full Sense just continuing to push the issue. Spotted out by Lightning Fast. There's still 4 players here from Velocity, and they want to fight. They're all going to swing top mid together. And Full Sense able to bring this down to a one-on-one. It's just Madeline on his lonesome here. He knows exactly where Leviathan was last spotted, and he's one sheriff shot away from death.
So, choosing to pick the angle towards the back. A sheriff shot straight through the torso. That's all he needs, and there he will find it. That was a bullish response from Full Sense, Philly.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to take the fight straight to Velocity, straight up the guts into middle, but they got more than they bargained for. This breach utility just continues to find value. It's a bloody breach masterclass from Russ here on Ascent. And then it's just really heads-up play from Velocity. They're just playing together as a pack fantastically. Starting from that attacking side, but even in the mid-round there on their defensive pistol, that's their 7th round in a row now.
It's definitely brilliant. The IGL for sure. You can already see that experience coming into aid Velocity. Next round up, they're buying everything, so no money man this time, but just the setups over towards A main with Full Sense hoping to explode. Simple shots from Damara, though, yeah. Just coming through with some additional smokes. And look, the aftershock as well, Pilly. SK Rossi manages to silence the player out by B main 2, which means Leviathan, he's just got to twiddle his thumbs now. He's going to go around the corner and, firing squad right on the other end.
Yeah, straight into the high-low. That's brilliant from Velocity.
It's like, yeah,
I know watching at home, like, I was talking about it earlier with the Sage comp, but you're looking at Full Sense getting flushed out of a corner, like 3 players stuck by a relay fault line with an aftershock to flush them out. It looks silly from an objective perspective, but you guys have to remember that Full Sense have played every comp like this comp 100 scrims for the last however many months on Ascent. And they have never played against this. They're doing all the routines that they're used to playing against the standard meta style. And it comes down to it where you have to adapt to what the other team is throwing at you and what kind of util they're offering, what kind of questions they're asking you in the game. It can be quite hard to do.
It's true. I mean, in 2025, I can't remember the last time I saw a breach on Ascent, but, well, off to the next round now. It's going to be the full buy coming out from Full Sense. already finding a little bit of contact and trying to scale up through mid.
Trademark will keep them in check for now. Rossi is as deep as he can possibly be inside a B main here. Drone spots out the Trademark. Dark cover to top middle will be cleared. This is just full sense. Seeing what velocity in reaction to this VLT. Very much still in a default formation on the attacking side, but now looking to pressure towards Catwalk.
Very careful and cautious clearing as well. Scouting, I should say, with the defensive setups. The paranoia just completely turns them away.
It's just Rossi at B. That's it. And it's going to be a mid to B. He's got a lot of work to do here.
Maybe you can make it through from market, since Rossi's all the way deep inside of B main. There's two players on the other end, though, and he's going to start to push on up, hearing footsteps from behind. Unfortunately, gunned down against Laz. And then Madeline to sneak through, hoping to put up a stronghold outside of Boathouse. So many smokes and fast lanes, though, and it completely obscures the vision for Full Sense. Arpinia managing to find a simple crack, and Sephiroth to be able to slip through from lane as well. Now Spike planted. All they've got to do is to watch down this one choke point. But Tamara slides onto it anyway. Guardian shot successful. Sephiroth around the corner, especially with Recon providing assistance inside of the smoke. They managed to decimate the last.
Lovely attack full sense. You know, I've been seeing the praises of Velocity's calling on the attacking side, but Full Sense really did call circles around them in that round. The pressure towards top middle, clearing for Trademark, and then just applying pressure and shoving towards Catwalk. Completely pulled a full rotation across towards the A side of the map, and you don't have a proper sentinel on the side of Velocity. So when it's just SK Rossi on that B side of the map, you're pretty cooked at that point.
Cover going out. It does make things a little bit more tricky. So SK Rossi this time with the op pulled out, he's going down middle.
Gonna have to be something that they will consider.
Yeah, I'm cam off करने दो यार.
Push him away. He'll have to chill at pizza for now.
When is a new bundle coming? I have no
clue.
One second, I'm just work
this mid control again.
It's great awareness for now, but can you actually take down SK Rossi though? That rendezvous just allows him to do so much. Double dips in. That's now Pottergon, your star duelist.
What year is it? Like Rossi is absolutely annihilating them with the op right now. Paranoia will push the drone away towards Catwalk. Full Sense with only 57 seconds. Basically relying on some mistakes from Velocity in this 5-on-3 here.
Smoked off. And now spotted by Russ. Great awareness in response. Now fully aware as to where Full Sense are located. Window cracked open as well, so just being careful, but as you mentioned, Full Sense looking for some slight mistakes, and that might be the first one. A second, possibly now then into A site. Damara trying to slow things down with the relay bolt, but slowly scouting out that the entirety of site is clear. They are aware that the last one might be inside of hell. Damara's gone! They just turned this 3v5 into a 3v1!
Yeah, Full Sense really just showing Velocity that they can do everything that Velocity did on their attacking side. The contact up Catwalk in the 3-on-5, boiling the clock down to 10 seconds. That's exactly what we just saw from Velocity in the last half. That was just brilliant from Full Sense. Punished every single mistake from Velocity, and that will be their second gun round in a row here to even up the scoreline.
Dude, this game is delivering right now.
For sure.
I'm so entertained by everything.
And it's delivering with a different style.
ये ओमन का aim करता clean है ना?
Expect here in Asian Pacific.
FS वाला ओमन.
APAC
Pacific? Slower style. Yeah, APAC Pacific. APAC PC. Pack. I don't know,
actually.
I don't know.
Pack.
New nickname. I mean, look, the chamber got a lot of value.
He's
one of these agents. There's a lot of them. You've got the Waylay, the Yoru, the chamber is another one of them. These are the kind of agents that when you make a mistake, you don't use that extra piece of util. You're going to lose picks moving through the map. And Rossi put them in a winning position, but unfortunately, it's just some brilliance from Full Sense to convert that 3-on-5.
Crazy. Well, Rossi's back at it again. He's got that fire lit under him, especially having spent these past 2 years in Tier 2. Spots one out by the barrel. Calls it to... He actually nails the shot. Tried to go in for another. Scope through, but punished at the end.
Nice shot.
Russ now back in with the rest of the team to try to dip forward, but Full Sense having some additional added measures out from the top of mid.
Oh, man. He's good for the opening pick, but the re-peek punished heavily.
There.
Oh, lightning fast pilfering the operator. Spotted out. Full Sense knows exactly what he's up to. He's repping the Global Esports Classic. Got to remember where you came from.
Oh! He's had some nasty clutches when he was back on Global as well, but now it's a 1v2 off shots is all he's got. Oh, slowly clears around the... Oh, made some noise around the thorns. That could be a slight teleport Potter, who is the Jet after all. Still being cautious though. Up, wraps back around the other end. Wild swing coming through and quickly but swiftly dealt with.
Full Sense starting to get back on the horse.
Hi, Amber.
3 in a row here on this attacking side. Slowly but surely starting to build up some more confidence.
My God.
He shot him in the fingies. Unlucky. He does have the 2 of the force. Yeah, man. Sometimes you get your fingies jammed in the car door. It happens to the best of us. It's not a pleasant thing to experience. Chamber Ops online here, though. Quick set play into A main. Damara forcing his way all the way down. Catches Leviathan straight through the wall. No time to get out of dodge, and the rest of Full Sense picking up the pace into B now.
It's Rossi tour de force. That could really slow things down, and there he goes!
Nice.
What a shot! Now into Russ and the rest of the team as well. Back from spawn, back from stairs. Sephiroth, the only one who managed to make his way into sight, having to deal with the entire force of Velocity.
Nice.
No chance. The score is tied up.
Beautiful usage of this comp here on a set play down A main. You can't get away as Leviathan. You're caught by the fault line, and then this off angle from Logs is not something you'd usually be concerned with. The fact that you lost your Sova on the other side of the map makes Full Sense feel like they need to speed up and they need to just hit that B site. And surely you're not playing against a proper Sentinel. You're not worried about the Vice Wall. You're not worried about Cypher Trips, so you could just go straight into lane there. But that's when you get punished by these dirty little off angles and these rendezvous TPs.
Oh my God, now they're doing it again, but this time over onto B main. Rolling Thunder into Relay Bolt with overdrive. Spots out Laz. Full Sense once more into disarray. They're feeling that pressure to push into A site because of this Pilly. Same thing as before, just different parts of the map. Lightning fast with the slide off angle. Able to catch onto Arpinia as well. Complete and absolute pandemonium into SK Rossi. Another kill confirmed. 2 targets left, and they've been spotted. Damara just making some extra noise. The door's been shut, maybe lulling Full Sense in a false sense of security where they can kind of sneak through the spike plant, but that takes time. Allows for Damara to sprint forward into the depths of hell. Leviathan drags him down. Sephiroth finding a couple of shots too, but up to the run out of ammunition. Team Ace out from Velocity.
It's just, again, exactly like you said. The same set play on the other side of the map with the breach ult completely catches Full Sense and pushes them into the op setup on that A side of the map. Absolutely beautiful. The aftershock to force that solo lurker out. This map has been prepped to perfection by Velocity. The game plan is gorgeous to watch. It's so off meta. Like, who even plays Breach Neon anymore?
Apparently Velocity.
And I'm loving it. Show me more. You know, funnily enough, this is quite similar to the comp and the style that they play on Lotus. You know, it kind of reminds me of when Noxian was also kind of copy-pasting their same style onto different maps and try to make it work. And sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't quite fit, but in this case, I'm loving this from Velocity. Another timeout forced out by Full Sense. This is just the exact kind of comp that I'm going to be very impressed if they can make the adjustments that they're going to need to be able to beat it. Because these are the kind of things that once you've seen it, on the fly, it's very, very difficult to figure this one out. credit where credit's due to Full Sense, though. They have had some pretty good rounds on this attacking side in the last couple, so I think they just need to refocus. They need to recognize we've been getting caught by the set plays. We've been kind of panicking and overreacting when we're getting hit by them. Just trying to force the sight hits too much. I think they just need to go back to playing that slower style, similar to what Velocity were doing on their attacking side, because they were finding a lot more success doing it.
Possibly that's why for these early Sentinel utilities.
This is hilarious. Like, they're just sitting back at B main waiting for some kind of set play to come out for the first 20 seconds of the round. This is their adaptation. They have got some real trauma built up from the last couple of rounds, Quack.
Game sound nahi aa raha na?
How could you not, though? You know what I mean? Recon,
Yeah.
you got to do your due diligence now.
They're just going to try and throw a BXX at them and see if Velocity can hold it.
अब आ रहा starting में नहीं आ रहा था.
Velocity as well. Just testing the waters, dipping your toe in a little bit. Trying to bait out the utility as well. Relay bolts, smokes, more shock darts thrown in.
Slow pacing from Full Sense. They're really just trying to trade down utility, bait out some kind of reaction. Hello. Drone gonna spot out a couple of fellas chilling in B main rather. Drone from Full Sense will go up through middle, but you know the game plan hasn't changed. They still just want to rip the steel guard and an exec B here.
The last 20 seconds, maybe hoping that the drone would have pulled some rotations away, but not quite. Still down to the site, and with guns robbed, hopefully enough for Full Sense to be able to find a successful hit. Still, though, operating towards the back end. Madeline with the spams. Damara, guns back online. 10 seconds remaining, and Full Sense have got to go. Running off to pick up the spike, but that's where he gets shot in the back. And now Leviathan finds one square to the face. Velocity with a strong lead now in the second half.
Wow, Full Sense do not have the answer here, Clack. We just had the coach's input. The timeout. We're waiting outside B main for these set plays. We're waiting for every little extra bit of utility to try to kick off this B split. The game plan was very clearly just, if we can get a B execute off, if we can rip the steel guard and then get into the B site, then surely we're going to win the round. And that didn't work either.
Yeah?
This game is so over, man.
Yeah, your guns are gone too. Pretty much map point secured for Velocity if they make this one successful. But here comes Potter with the blades, able to get the first one. Updrafts to try to extend his life, but Damara's not going to let that happen.
Oh.
Wow.
Flashes out from Russ as well. Oh, wait,
bloody aftershock, bro.
Hi, Praveen. What's up? How are you?
With breach util. This is gorgeous.
Alongside the stuns as well. Breach, Neon Ascent. My goodness. Slow peaks coming through from Full Sense, but it's the off angles that favor Velocity. Slight high-low as well because of the stairs. Now on to Leviathan. Position fully noted. I mean, do you really just bank on the lucky starter stab? It's not happening. Russ secures map point out for Velocity.
Incredible stuff. At one point, guys, they were down 0-6 on this map, having picked that attacking side. And since then, they've gone 12-3 in the last 15 rounds. Phenomenal calling on this attacking side from Velocity. Beautiful setups, beautiful prep on this defensive side. And it has been an effort by committee. Not one singular player is carrying Velocity. It is all beautiful prep, game plan, calling, and every single player stepping up where it's needed.
Even slight moments of improvisation as well. Last chance for Full Sense now.
Hi, Wicked.
Yeah. Gonna work some mid-control. 0-4 to start this off, man. Potter has had an absolute shocker here.
I'm good. How are you?
To start things off.
बहुत खाली है यार, मैंने नींद आ रही है.
Just creeping their way around in middle. Drone will go up. Will once again spot the trademark, confirming that the chamber is in towards B. I believe spotting the right.
My day was good. I got up. I am watching this stream. Then I'll go back and maybe sleep.
What are they going to do about
then I'll get up and
They're
get
going to
ready.
avoid him. Head towards A.
Enemy mark.
Test the setup between Lightning Fast and Damara.
Yeah, they want none of it. Rossi having found the successful shots before. Now short smoked off though. And you're backed in the mid once again.
Yeah, Russ has just been biding his time here with a full belt to util.
Oh,
Jump spots up. Pulls out the utility to try to slow them down, but it's just a flash. So, nice little pickup from Full Sense. Can they convert it to more?
Flank from Damara. He just reached it up top middle. How is Laz ready for that?
Must have heard the sound. Just lightning fast now. Will he be fast enough to throw out the utility? Smokes in. Spots over onto Potter, but Full Sense managing to find some good devastating kills against Velocity.
Yeah, around अच्छा ये line long में slow.
Nicely worked. Rossi, he's so rich he doesn't even need his op anymore. He's just out for blood, looking for damage here against Full Sense. Maybe a couple more clips for the Twitter posts as well.
सोचो अगर इसे ninja कर दिया तो
MP4
जीत जाएंगे और क्या
title Ascension Pacific would be sick.
Yeah,
not gonna happen though, of course.
Yeah, that's going in the recycling bin. All good.
कोई ninja हुआ है क्या ये pro matches में ऐसे इतने level का?
Nicely worked by Full Sense though. They just catch Russ in spawn there, juggling a whole lot of util. He didn't know what piece of util he wanted to throw out there, and by the time he figured it out, he was already dead. Full Sense just need to keep it calm.
फिर इसका PC check होगा.
They just need 2 rounds in a row.
Cam right
They've
लो.
already seen a lot of what Velocity has to bring on this defensive side here. So if they can just figure it out for 2 more rounds, and there's a real good chance that they can figure this out in OT. This is cute from Velocity though. They've thrown that full commit, full set of util across A main, but not sent the neon. They're really just trying to condition Full Sense to react to that.
I feel the same thing right now. Sleep.
The start of the round, so he's seen no neon come crashing through to take that A main control. Drone through B. Will spot out the trademark, broken nicely there by Leviathan. Full Sense.
मुझे लगा खेल रही हो नहीं मैं तो देख रही हूँ नींद आ रही है ए आ रहे और ए पे बस एक ही है यार प्लीज यार जल्दी खत्म करो जल्दी जीतो बाय
Has no idea, just the angle held. Orb kind of gives it away in time for the smoke to get set up, but he's already spent
map नहीं दिख रहा अच्छा तुम कर सकते हो यार मेरे को लगा कैम शिफ्ट
kills. Opts to play the safer angle and pulls rotations from the team over to site.
3-man rotation here. Annihilation is there as Full Sense pulling the trigger on this site execute. Annihilation won't hit anything, but they'll take the A site control and get that spike down.
Barrier mesh up as well. More obstacles for Velocity to go through if they are to find the retake.
Late or shot after. Good, everything is good.
Well, but Potter dinged down to low and red HP. As soon as the smoke goes off, it's the kill. Rossi, and also Opinion to slow them down with the grab net. Relay bolt now out from Damara. And for the rest of the team to try to break it through, door broken, and Full Sense managed to kind of slow them down. Another kill in action, but Damara goes huge with overdrive. Fast lane up to try to stick the spike onto halfway. And Full Sense doesn't quite know, waiting for it to go down, and Leviathan!
भाई ये stick कर देता ये तो.
Nice done. From Full Sense.
Smoke थोड़ी था.
Kicking off that AX.
But wall तो थी, wall में पूरा stick नहीं होता है क्या?
नहीं.
How's everything good यार? मार दिया ना उसने एक जेट ने.
I like that fault line in towards heaven side. They know that Full Sense might try to disrupt them. But there was many more layers to that post.
No यार, OT जाएगा मेरे को लग रहा है. Please यार guys.
Overtime here.
ये सब मत करो यार, throw.
You are going to see attack timeout here for Velocity. Both teams working their way through all of their timeouts. You'll see that a lot more here at Ascension. I mean, this game is the perfect example of it. There are just so many different teams.
ये जीत जो हाँ ये और next map कौन सा है पता है क्या? Wall पे half would be possible. Oh, Phoenix wall पे तो full stick हो जाता है.
To be successful in the Pacific region,
ये
you have to be able to figure out everything. You have to be able to play against every little different kind of funky style and approach that these teams have from these different regions.
ये पता नहीं कैसे
good adaptations in the last couple of rounds.
भाई तुम लोग की आवाज इतनी कम आ रही 200 पे भी यार. Hi Vignesh.
Figure it all out so quickly on the fly in this
Come on guys.
It's just beautiful Valorant. coming together for Ascension Pacific. A huge melting pot of it all.
Yeah. Judge out for Tamara. Up for Rossi. Tamara going to take that into A main. And full sense, they're not changing anything up post timeout. It's another kind of slower, defaulty round. They're once again waiting for any kind of set plays that you're going to get here early on for Velocity. It's very clear to me that full sense feel that if they can slow these rounds down enough that they'll find the success that they've been looking for. That means that Velocity in this last timeout, I would really like for them to have said, if we can slow things, if this round continues to be slow, if we can hold our util for the mid to late round, especially playing things like Omen and Breach, and just get the right relay bolt, the right fault line in the right position late into the round, then we should be able to come up with a dub. I think the judge is a nice approach in A main as well against an A ending that could really cause
God mode हो जाए. God mode कैसे होता है?
Yeah, something full sense might not really consider. You're always wanting to spend utility to try to retrieve more information. This drone now spots them out by middle.
At least for one player.
पिट्टी होने वाली है सुबह की तो.
Considering their options. Grab their into market. Full set shoving their way straight up mid to B. Russ in the back of the site, joined by Rossi on lane, who's feeling pressured to push his way into the back of the site for now.
30-second B आएंगे please.
30
seconds left.
Omen ult भी है. But Omen ult.
Cooking up the catalyst. They're cutting noise again, and it always feels so uncertain
Nice
for
shot.
Velocity at some point, but Rossi spots them out right around the edges. Laz to answer back. Ruz has to just anchor down towards the back of Boathouse. Buys enough time for Adams to come back in. Out from middle. Laz though, the rest of the team, they just dive in with the shorty. Sephiroth with a shot out of B main all of a sudden as well. Now here they go with the judge. You talked about it before, and it's going nuclear. A shot from Lightning Fast. Paranoia out against Sephiroth, and this might be the round. Velocity just one more kill, and they will secure.
अगर मैं वो सोवा होता तो लाइनअप मार लेता खुद पर. तभी तो वो सोवा नहीं हूँ.
You absolutely love to see it. The games today have really just been defying expectations. Nongshin slapped around by Nous early on, and Velocity also turning up to this tournament and showing everyone that they aren't a pushover, that they have spent the last couple of months prepping some really funky stuff that is going to be hard to play against. Full Sense going to be kicking themselves that they couldn't secure their map pick here.
हो गया गानों आ गया बस जिता दिया मेरा काम पूरा और सोने जा रहा. मैं भी जा रही हूँ इसके लिए. नीनी.
Really had so many efforts to just try to get it that close.
Opinions there, bro. But streamer can't have opinion now. Streamer can't have opinions now.
मेरी लड़ाई हो रही है इधर से. क्या है वो क्या पैच है यार? अपडेट पता है क्या?
नया पैच है शायद.
भाई वो इस बारी का अपडेट एकदम जीजी है जीजी.
भाई वो
नहीं पता उतना अल्ट है मेरी.
कितना अच्छा फील होगा मूविंग टू सीसी हाउस इन नवंबर. अन्ना पार्टी दे दे बस. यू आर मूविंग? क्यों? बकवास अपडेट है.
ना ना ले ले. अच्छा दोनों की अल्टी है वैसे भी.
हाय बिग फैन. बिग फैन.
क्या कर रहा है पता है? हिडो इधर से आ रहा है, इधर छुप रहा है.
ऊपर से आ रहा है, उधर छुप रहा है. उसको एक बार एकदम ऊपर से बूम बम करते हैं.
मिड रोटेशन दे रहे हैं ना, उसको पकड़ रहा है लास्ट वाले को.
क्या?
एक काम कर,
हम लोग को भी खेलना चाहिए.
ठीक है मैं ब्रेक करता हूँ.
क्या खेलना चाहिए?
तो सोवा का बोलता हूँ.
वैलो.
तो सोवा कैन यू ब्रेक दिस?
वो बताओ ना एक बार कि अभी प्रीमियर खत्म हो गया.
हाँ मेरे को तो नहीं पता यार.
अनिकेत हेलो.
खत्म हो गया.
इसका मतलब कि अब प्रीमियर नेक्स्ट उसमें आएगा पैच उसमें. तो उसमें हम लोग वापस किस कंटेंडर बनेंगे?
हाँ.
तो फिर अभी तो हम प्लेऑफ्स में थे.
हार गए.
तो फिर वापस कंटेंडर.
हाँ.
जब तक हम लोग प्लेऑफ्स नहीं जीते तब तक हम कंटेंडर्स ही रहेंगे.
हाँ.
ओ तुम लोग मेरे बिना हार गए यार।
अरे बे क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग, मेरे को समझ ही नहीं आ
ये
रहा।
गाया वैंडल कौन है?
वंश का दोस्त।
वंश
क्या खुद कॉम्प्लिकेट कर रहे हैं क्या गेम?
क्या
खुद कॉम्प्लिकेट कर रहे हैं क्या गेम, मेरे को लग रहा है।
वाल्फा तो चैट ही नहीं देख रहा है।
यार तुम्हारे भी कीबोर्ड में ऐसा बाल चला जाता है क्या?
हाँ बाल वाल सब कुछ चला जाता है।
है ना?
बाल खाना पीना।
तुम कर रहे हो ना?
हाँ
पुशिंग मिड।
स्ट्रीम कर रहे हो क्या?
मैं कह रहा है
अरे यार ये
अनिकेत यार खाना खा लिया तुमने?
ये क्या था?
नीचे जा रहा है।
इसको चोटी मारा रे भाई।
किल मिल गया ना उसका देखो।
इसलिए तो जा रहा था।
पनीर
What?
जीरा राइस।
स्ट्रेस लो।
क्या बोलते हैं, हेवी में फाइट हो गई पता है?
मैंने भी पनीर ही खाया।
हाँ देखा मैंने।
पालक पनीर। पालक पनीर।
मेरे को मारने के लिए इतने यूटिल्स डाले उन्होंने सारे।
और मैं इधर एक एक करके गांड
अरे अभी सो कर उठी ना। वाओ
नींद आ रहा है।
प्ले साइड।
गेमी खेले क्या? गेमी।
You want side smoke brother?
कर लो गेमिंग कर लो, स्क्रीन शेयर कर दो मेरे लिए।
मैं अकेले थोड़ी गेमिंग करूंगी।
निकेत हेलो।
Started, falling.
निकेत हेलो।
तुम लोगों ने वो वाला
मैं तो
वो खेला क्या? वो वाला एजेंट खेला क्या?
वीटो।
हाँ
हाँ
भाई कल मैं खेल रही थी, ऐसा एम तो लग नहीं
Him,
रहा
but he
था।
was just
क्यों नहीं लग रहा था यार?
चल मजा ही नहीं आ रहा था खेलने में यार, ऐसा लग रहा था कि मैं क्या कर रही हूँ अपनी जिंदगी से।
अभी
आएगा क्या स्मोक में?
नहीं आएगा वो।
बहुत
So there's
गंदा
some
लग रहा
good
है, ऐसे लग रहा है।
जिम सॉन्ग्स यार। मेरे को मेंबरशिप खरीदनी थी जिम
घूम
उसकी।
के आएगा आई थिंक इसको चक्कर में।
वैसे कल जाऊंगी
हाँ,
जिम,
अभी
आज तो मैं
जाएगा।
छुट्टी पे हूँ, आज मैं रेस्ट कर रही हूँ। टुडे मी रेस्टिंग।
हो गया भी गया।
टुमारो आई गो जिम।
अबे ऑफ किस लिए लिया फिर?
हाँ अल्ट है यार, वो पीछे ही खेलेगा। ओए आएगा ओए पीछे।
कल ले चलना मुझे भी।
यूटिल वाला
वाह
ऑन करने बोल।
मैं कैसे ले चल सकती हूँ? मैं लड़कियों वाला टाइम पे जाती हूँ।
भी है हो सकता है भाई।
ओए
देख लिया। तो स्टिक क्यों करने लिया?
सामने वाला खराब है यार, अपना बंदा अच्छा है, समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है कुछ।
कब स्टार्ट होगा ये? 2 मिनट।
तो टाइम लगेगा ना, 15 मिनट 10 मिनट तो
2
कम से कम
मिनट।
लगेगा। हाँ
2 मिनट लगेगा एक डीएम करते करते। क्या बात है हो रही है? पीच रैंक अप के लिए क्या चाहिए, कंसिस्टेंसी या एम? दोनों आते हैं। हैक्स भी चल सकते हैं, उसके लिए तो फिर कुछ नहीं चाहिए।
इसलिए तो बस
ओ ये नया अपडेट आया है, राइट गेम्स लुकिंग लाइक दिस।
हाँ वो
वीडियो
फूटता है ना जो स्टार्टिंग में।
क्या
हाँ?
भाई ये कितना हैंडसम है बट यार वीडियो। हैंडसम तो है, हैंडसम
हैंडसम बॉय।
From Brazil.
Crazy. अरे तब से ऐड ही चला जा रहा.
When you start the game, rage का नेट blast होगा.
हाँ वही तो हम भी बोले ना यार कि फूट.
अभी होगा क्या?
नहीं वो राइट गेम्स जब खोलते तब भी.
पता नहीं वो तो नहीं होगा. न्यू अपडेट देखा पीच. यूटिल सोच के समझ. पता नहीं मैंने देखा नहीं इतने अच्छे से. स्टोर में क्या है? एयू. गाइस कल के गेम्स देखोगे मेरे? मैं तो खेल ही नहीं पा रही थी. नहीं 5 10 इसमें तो चलो मेरी लाइट चली गई थी.
मैच फाउंड.
ये प्रीमियर का वो देखा तुम्हें? टैग मिला है हमें प्रीमियर का. I asked you 5 months ago how to get out of gold. You said play the game. I played it, still gold. अच्छे से नहीं खेला होगा तुमने. दोस्त बने कि नहीं बने 5 महीने में ये बताओ. लैग हो रहा है क्या? Because yes, only for one match though. One match though, I mean, what do you mean? One match?
Let's flush them out.
One match. फ्लैट करके आईडी बताओ. यो यो देखो मेरा माउस खराब हो गया. दोनों में कूदता है अभी ये. देखो कूद रहा है ये. ये क्या था? वो वाला पैच फिक्स हो गया जिसमें बंदे दिखते नहीं है. आई थिंक वो फिक्स हो गया.
Get out of here. Nightmare's over. Wait for me.
अरे मैया स्टार्ट हो गया क्या मैच? बताना स्टार्ट होगा. Bro. यहीं पे सामने. यहीं पे.
मैच शुरू हो गया
क्या
10 kills remaining.
Battlefield 6 खेलेगा नहीं यार
Remaining.
क्या कर रहे हो? दो किल चाहिए यार कोई Yo! Wow.
1 kill remaining.
For me. Let's dance.
Let's dance.
Look at this wreckage. I'm so proud.
Gonna settle the nerves a little bit. After barely not getting Ascent across the line, I felt like if they had pushed that into OT, they were starting to figure things out. But unfortunately, you know, when you're up against map point, all you need is just a mistake or two, and that's what it took for Velocity to finally get that game across the line. Really, really impressed with what we saw from them, and they're going to play this same style coming into Lotus here. I'm interested to see how many maps they want to be playing, you know, Neon Breach Chamber. And over on the side of Full Sense, I mean, I know that they're a team, we've seen it in Challenges SEA this year, they're quite happy to change players playing certain roles or change up comps. They're quite a flexible team of players that can all play a lot of different agents, a lot of different roles. So I know that they're capable of changing up their agent comps and their approach, even map to map to map. But they also are still playing the same style that we saw on Ascent. They're playing the, you know,
Deadlock,
Vice Lock with the singular duelist, single unit again. So we'll see if it works out a little bit better. I think that comp is a fine fit for both of the maps, to be honest. I think the only
pickums करने थे pickums कर लिया
more of a funky style that doesn't fit the map is definitely the comp being played by Velocity on Ascent. This map, it's a little bit better of a fit, but it's still quite off meta, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we just don't see it too often these days. Maybe a little bit more last year, perhaps, but either way, you know, with however the results happen.
That's how I felt when I was looking through Velocity and prepping for Velocity going into this series, is I was looking at their comps on paper and feeling like this feels a little outdated to me. And it is, but they're making it work. You know, they have their own approach. And apparently that's trust in Rossi, because the man, Russ has bought him a Outlaw. He has got armor as well. So, got a couple of weapons being forced up around that as well. Velocity definitely trying to cause a little bit of an upset in round 2 here.
Set the guy up, you know. For all we know, perhaps Full Sense with more preparation or some adjustments possibly coming into this map might be able to flip the script. Now it's just going to be bear and mash at least to block it off.
Yeah, Russ just set up Rossi in A, who's now applying more pressure, opening the door. He throws a trademark into tree.
My God.
He's put a 4-man rotation from Full Sense over this side of the map. In the meanwhile, Velocity are just waiting out this deadlock wall front B. Full Sense have got no idea what's going on.
Teleport's ready.
Scratching your heads, running all across the map, like, where are these guys? At least they've got that double sentinel utility to sort of slow things down if push comes to shove. But once again, they're looking at the guns and the force-ups. Velocity now caught by the Gravnet.
Yeah, denied entry into B. 2 waves of utility from Full Sense hold them in their tracks. Now they're going to pivot back to that A side of the map where Rossi has been inserted right since the start of the round. They will have access to this A side, but Full Sense are going to be able to rotate in for a flood if they want to.
Some slight sounds towards Baby Door as well, so Rossi opts to play closer with the rest of the team. Now everyone's on site. A spike plant, a full 5v5 retake? You're kidding me.
Yeah, Stingers as well, and a Bucky. These are some really great angles being played in the site by Velocity. Going to be hard for Full Sense to deal with on this rotate.
Especially with the Bucky, man. I'm holding my breath. First shot goes to Rossi, but quickly traded by Sephiroth. Blades and guns out now into the site. Lightning fast finds another pick. Damara now pushing all the way through. Takes down Apinya. But down to the site. It's Laz on a Ghost! Off to just Damara now. And with the swing right around the corner, the Ghost will seal the deal for Full Sense.
Nice try.
Damara, you can see how deep he went into spawn there. He picked up the Bulldog. But in the 1v2 he ended up in, it actually probably would have been better for him to just have the Bucky there. Could have done some like circle jump movement in that 1-on-2 and probably just won it from there. Unfortunately, just wide peeking with the Bulldog there. Wasn't what he needed to do. But some beautiful shooting on the Ghost there from Laz, has to be said. That's the player that's usually kind of your money man, the man that you're looking to recycle some weapons, but he got the majority of the work done for Full Sense.
I'll find you.
Thanks to that, they will be going into this anti-bonus with slightly more money. Guns up and ready as well. They get information outside of B, but quick response from Velocity into C site. Leviathan trying to hang back, pulls out the utility though, and now knocked out by Damara. We have a new Neon, and that's his name.
Hi, Veggie.
You know, Dab is on the bloody Omen, but somebody else is doing exactly what he should be doing in this tournament right now.
And now it's into the corner as well. Quickly contacted by Prowler, Paranoia as well, spam some shots, and that's where he gets caught by the edge of his ankle.
Over there.
More space for Full Sense, now push on up though. And also Angle is still locked up by SK Rossi. The rest of the team can potentially just hang towards the back, wait for the spike to go through plant. And it's lightning fast on the off angle as well. Shots from Potter successful though. And it's down to Russ. Madeline as well. Playing close range from Sephiroth with this Bucky. Catches square onto Madeline, but it's the last survivor for Full Sense. No time to get the spike all the way through now. Russ just playing it careful and safe. Some slight parkour, lovely footwork coming up from Sephiroth, but no defuse means Velocity takes the round.
Nice.
Yeah, great upset there. With just the half buy, a lot of damage getting done with the force buy in the round previous. Will undoubtedly have put a lot of pressure on Full Sense's economy. Great movement from Damara to be able to win that duel. Deep off angle from Rossi being able to rendezvous away. Those two factors really slowing down Full Sense enough for Russ to show his experience in the clutch there.
Still a lot of guns dropped away.
Huge clutch. Look at Full Sense's money here.
Ooh. Well, money or not, if they peak like that, and with Damara gone as well, some slide options now.
Got across stairs, worked very well. Got them that opening pick. Might try to take some rubble control here at some point to pick up the gun. In the meanwhile, though, Velocity, not mincing words, just going to pick up the pace straight into C. Going to disrespect the shear here. Leviathan in another postcode. He's not interested in really contesting this one. Outlaws in hand for Rossi, and not a single player with full armor here on full sense, so he's about to get a bit of a farm on. All picked up for Laz. He's now one off the annihilation, as is Russ with the plant. He's close to his rolling thunder.
Both key ultimates, but down to this Nightfall could be the biggest difference. Russ, fingers crossed for a big pickup, but now blinded, has to back around the back of Mound, and that's unfortunately where he will eat dirt. Nightfall then into sight, but also strong positions taken around. Waterfall, it's Rossi up around stairs despite getting hit by Nightfall. 2 shots back to back into the site. It's Potter pushing up front. Another killed in action, and it's lightning fast, just trying to defend this spike with dear life. Shrouded steps into open space, but once again with the kills, time bought away from the defuse. Another Zowie clutch up for Velocity.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Just really causing too much of a rotation there, and once again running down the clock on the C site. We're leaving these experienced players who have not only played in, you know, tournament like Ascension, but played in Pacific. These guys have played the big stage games before, so putting Russ all lightning fast in the clutch, you know they're good for it.
Oh my god, bro, there's 4 guys.
It was only the save though for Full Sense. So they've done a pretty big dent into Velocity's economy now as we head into round number 5. Both teams will be buying up. Which will give these players a little bit of a breather, have a little bit of a think about how they want to be approaching this next gun round.
Yeah, it's been 2 rounds in a row with the C hits and no successful retakes as far. I mean, well, the kills go well.
I mean, the formula is pretty straightforward for Velocity. They bully map control with this breach comp and the neon. They get themselves into a post plant where they try to disrupt. Either it's a chamber on the off angle, or the neon's getting supported by utility to be able to push one of these angles, and then they're going to play the post plant from there. So, like, Full Sets have pretty much seen everything that you're going to get from Velocity on this attacking side. You've got to keep an eye and an ear out for the chamber on the lurk as well, especially if it's going to op on the attacking side, because that can lose your picks early on if you're not switched on about it. So, but I think, especially after seeing what the formula is on Ascent as well for Full Sense, they have all the information that they need to come up with a game plan to deal with what Velocity is going to do. It's just a question of whether they can execute it in the server. You know, like, I've been in the coaching booth before where I played 2 APAC teams back-to-back on the same map, and they played completely different styles. And I tried to prep the team that I was coaching game plan-wise for how to approach those 2 different styles, map to map, and it doesn't always come together in the survey. Even if you think you have the answers, even if you say, guys, we know exactly how they're going to play, you can still lose to it.
Let's play. Comes down to that execution. And at the same time from the previous rounds, we got some key ultimates possibly set up. A lot of early space being taken by Velocity.
Taking all of that A main space. Have defaulted towards C mount before. Tour de Force has been pulled out from Rossi. That's nice from Damara. He's heard the sonic sensor through the wall and been able to destroy it. It's all being tickled now.
Hello. आ रही है आवाज?
Velocity just waiting for a mistake from Full Sense, waiting for a
Bings की लगा दूँ क्या?
Full Sense not really giving it either though. Smokes out, continues to blockade this A side.
Looking for info. Rolling Thunders here for Rust.
Oh my goodness. And there it goes. Wasn't even ripped just yet. Just a shot out from Damara. In with overdrive now. Onto site. Spike planted soon enough. And even though Full Sense are right around the corner, I'm not sure if they're actually able to make it past. SK Rossi even has Tour de Force now blocking off the other end if anyone tries to make it out of Baby Door. Another kill onto her stairs as well, Pilski. This has to be a save.
Yeah, Damara's going hunting. He's punished for doing so. But that's about where the good news ends for Full Sense. Velocity is just working them so beautifully right now. They're taking their time. You know, they're not taking rubber control and immediately just ripping the execute onto this A site. You know, they're waiting for reactions. They tickle the door. Rossi is holding down that C line, waiting for someone to go for an info push or maybe react to the front B shove. and get a pick like that, or maybe they're
आवाज
waiting
नहीं आ
for.
रही क्या कह रहे हो तुम्हारी भी चलेगी बचपन में
नहीं इससे ज्यादा अच्छा है मतलब पहले का
मतलब ये तुम्हारी है कि नहीं है
नहीं ये नहीं है
तो किसकी पिक्चर
The relay fault, the paranoia that if you
मेरे
use this
बच्चे का
utility reactively well enough,
बच्चे
मेरे बच्चे का
you're going to be able to kind of counter what the
भोसड़ी
other
के
team is trying to
अंडे
throw
से
at
बाहर नहीं निकला
you.
बहन
And
के
seeing the
लिए
replay
बच्चा
here,
गिर लिया
it's
था
really
साल का
just
भोसड़ी
full
के
sense looking a little bit
19 साल का हूँ मैं
disjointed and
मादर
Velocity taking full
किसका होने
advantage of
वाला
that.
हूँ
अच्छा
Always ready to let
ये
their
कब हुआ
utility go at a moment's notice.
2005 से गिनती
Not only that, the
गिनती फिर कितने
annihilation was
साल हुए
burnt from the
पहले
previous
बोल
round
रहे
as well.
अच्छे से
Definitely
2005 से गिनती कर
hurt,
भोसड़ी का अभी
slightly
उठा
hurting
होगा
in
मैं
full sense. But we have
ये
to
लोग
turn it
VLT वाले एक
down
जीत
over.
गए क्या पहले
यस
क्या
13
11 12
11
For it.
पता है जब जितने देर से
Terrible,
खुशी
terrible
देख रही
feeling.
थी ना
Lick
तो
their wounds a
6-0
little
जा
bit
रहे
through
थे
this
भाई जब ये
tactical
नीचे खाना
timeout.
खाने गई ना तो भाई कमबैक होगा
घंटा
हम
कुछ भी मैं
अच्छा
जब
एक
ऊपर ही
सेकंड
थी
खुशी
तब
स्ट्रीम कर रही है क्या तू
Yes.
देखो
I
अच्छा सो
haven't really felt like after many of these timeouts, I don't know if you'd agree,
Crazy.
but I haven't seen Full Sense take a timeout and then had a perfect approach. You know, most of the time.
नींद आ
But to
रही
be
है यार
fair, I feel like post timeout every single time, Velocity has done something different. Like a perfect example of that was over on Ascent post timeout for against
This
Full
team
Sense. They
देखने
were
था ना
doing those A main and B main plays with the Neon Breach. So we'll keep an eye
यार
on
टीवी
what
पे
Velocity's
देख
gonna
रहा
be doing in
हूँ
this round. We've already
ऑफिस नहीं है
seen
क्या
them
तुम्हारा
take
वेजी
control,
टीवी
take
पे
A
कैसे
main.
देख
This
रहे हो
time they are going to once again take A main, and it seems like Full Sense might fight for it.
Oh, Full Sense
अच्छा
has
गाली दी ऐसा
some slight adjustments towards the
माय बैड यार माय बैड
That
मेरे को नहीं पता था
will
स्ट्रीम कर रही
take
वेजी
a bit more time too.
स्ट्रीम टीवी पे देख
That
रहा था
was
तो
on
तुमने
their
गाली दे
attack.
दी
Now
यार
they're on defense,
सॉरी यार माय बैड
thinking to force stack
गलत
on
बात
A
है यार
side.
यार ऐसे गाली कोई देता है वही तो
गलत
यार
है यार वही गलत
Jump
हाँ
spots there on the
डिस्क्लेमर
C
देना
side of
चाहिए
that
ना
zone.
मेरे को दोस्तों मैं गाली देने वाला हूँ
Be caught by Rossi here, who's got the
यार
armor at the ready.
तेरी माँ
Oh,
अरे 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 अरे
oh, shots fired. Vlad's gonna turn away.
बेटा तेरी
And a sudden rip with utility from Full Sense into A. They managed to find a shot against Samara.
The trap doesn't work, but the being a little
यहाँ तो
pixel
तेरी
out of
दो आवाज
position
आ
is
रही
enough
है
for Sephiroth to
वो
punish.
सी पे ही आ गया ये तो भाई
Side
अल्ट
of the
करके
map. But Velocity, despite losing that pick on A, they're not perturbed at all. They're just going to contact straight up into Leviathan here.
Okay, and they actually managed to take it down. Leviathan's gone, even with the flashes tossed in. Potter trying to slow it down with nades, but that's not going to do too much. Oh my God, Skate Rossi.
कौन
He's finding
है
yet another pick, continuing to push on up, and now you've got Heaven control as well.
यहाँ पे हैदराबाद में वॉच पार्टी थी पता है इसकी
गए तुम
Just perhaps a couple more players.
नहीं
towards
मेरे
the
दोस्त
map.
ने बोला कि
Full Sense.
सुनो हैदराबाद
मुश्किल
में
है
वो हो
कि
रहा है
Again,
कॉमिक
without
कॉन
the most
आ जाऊं
optimal
क्या मैं
weaponry,
क्या
it's
बोला
gonna be a
तेरे
lot
दोस्त ने
tougher.
मुश्किल
Flash,
एक भी मैच
unfortunately,
जीतना
getting
है था
down, SK Rossi
मत रजिस्टर कर करके बोलता मैं बोला अब अकेले क्या करूँ यार जाके मैं
यार ऐसा मत बोला करो यार
good, and at the same
सपोर्ट
time,
करना
they're
चाहिए
able to
यार
block off the
मैं
other
तो
one by
सपोर्ट
free
करता हूँ भाई
velocity
दोस्त ऐसा ही
with
क्या
another win.
कॉमिक कॉन है ना यार मुझे मैं मोस्टली जाने भी
Finish
वाला हूँ
things off.
मैं भी सोच रही हूँ
I mean, I just love what I'm seeing. They didn't get caught by that trap in
बेटा
the
तू
early
यहाँ
round.
जा
Kamara
साथ में
getting
खेलते
punished
फिर
by
यहाँ
just a
से
nice duel being taken.
मैं तेरे को भोपाल आऊँ
Velocity doesn't
तेरे
seem
को
to
लूँ
worry
वहाँ
about
से
that at all.
फिर
They
कॉमिक
lost
कॉन
their
लो
Neon to
साथ में
open up that
खेलते हैं
तो
round.
तुम डायरेक्टली आ जाओ
Contracted up into A and just 4v5
को
full
अकेले
sets flawlessly.
पसंद नहीं
Very
है
impressive
यार
stuff.
यार तुम
सूरज को बोल लेता हूँ मैं
बस
सूरज
There's a
लेके आ
lot of
जाएगा
light
तेरे को
armors
ठीक
on
है
full sense.
अरे नहीं वो लोग सब
A
घर जा रहे
lot
हैं ना
of
अभी
potential targets.
आ जा मेरे घर पे रह
Rossi
लियो
just
तू।
looking
Oh.
for
कोई नहीं है
Potter
वैसे
rips
भी
the showstopper. And now
आजा
the rest of the team, I mean, he's
Must be
trapped
injured,
into this one spot, trying to run away through the
तेरे पूरा
doors,
सेटअप
but
लेके
not
आना
able
BTS
to make it happen. Russ
अरे नहीं यहाँ
with
पे
a
है
shot
ना
towards the back.
The
PC
breach
है,
util is
सब
just
है
way
भाई,
too
आओ
good
तुम।
for Russ. Pivoting to B
तू आ
now.
जा
Leviathan to
पीसी
defend.
लेके आ जा मॉनिटर भी मेरा यूज
And
कर
he
ले
sets the
सकेंगे
thorns. Tries to stay tucked away, looking to surprise them,
पीसी
but
कीबोर्ड माउस
instead
देख
he
रहा
gets
था
caught out by
अनिकेत
the
को ही
bottom of
बुला
his
लो फिर
legs,
हम आ जाएंगे
mantling with the
10-15
shots
दिन
through
के लिए
torso.
अनिकेत तो आ जाएगा वो
इसको
उसका
तो
तो
इसको
हैदराबाद है
लगभग
दूसरा
साल
घर
भर से बुला रहा हूँ
To
मैं
continue pushing.
एक
अनिकेत
साल से
बता
बुला
तू
रहा हूँ
आ सकता
Tries
तो
to
आ
play
जाते
cautious.
10-15 दिन के लिए
But unfortunately,
हम आ
the
जाएंगे
angle's
कोई
not
दिक्कत नहीं है
supporting. It's Sephiroth down as the
Aniket,
last
hello?
guy.
अनिकेत हेलो
I mean, again, this is
नहीं
just
आना तो यार
velocity.
बोल दे यार ऐसे
Playing
चुप
the
क्यों हो
attacking
जाता
side
है
at
भाई
their pace, and it's working a bloody treat.
आज एक काम कर, एक
Russ has
स्टूडियो
breached
इधर
you, Phil.
अपार्टमेंट में एक
This
स्टूडियो
is
Where
खाली
is the
पड़ा है
commentary?
just been
Commentary
उसको
तुम्हारे गेम में
rent
करोगे
पे
ना
करते हैं।
Vector?
You had full
खेल ही नहीं
sets
रहे
all
वो तो।
stacked up outside of the
और
breakable
पूछ रहा है
door.
कुछ अनिकेत
All got
दिव्यांश
caught by
रिप्लाई तो
Fifine
करो यार बेचारे
aftershock.
को।
And just completely disrupted that A trap
Ignore
that
कर दिया
Sense
भाई
was trying to pull the trigger on. They just couldn't get in a comfortable enough position to catch velocity. Sephiroth under pressure now. Passes the test against lightning fast, but Russ is good for the 3K. 5 attacking side for velocity now.
आवाज सबको कटा है बस मेरे को कटा है
मेरे मैं तो इग्नोर हो रही हूँ सबसे
This is what I was talking about. There were 3
और
players
इग्नोर
there.
कर रहा है यार
You
अनिकेत
forced
और
out the
तुम
raise rocket just to be able to try to get out of that situation, but it didn't really help them all that much, Quack.
Not a single
cigarette लेके रुकना
and the response to everything else as well. It's just so quick coming out from velocity.
सिमर भी बोल रहा है ना, ये पहली बार होगा ना कोई इंडियन टीम जीत रही है।
Just gonna throw fists on
यार सो वो
Okay. Gotta let those hands go, Pilsky.
Potter आ गया है close में।
Potter trying to play it around the off angles around Rubble, but caught inside of the smoke.
ये अकेले पुश कर रहा है।
Did you think was gonna happen when this entire squad? Oh no.
Sense cannot win this A fight. I mean, Opinion, it's a nice pick to be getting from stair side, but Velocity just don't care. They do not care how many boys you're bringing to A Rubble. They are quite happy to take the fight every single time. It's like I said, the breach util, the reactive util, and the way that they're taking these Rubble fights, it's just way too good. I mean, I know Full Sense only has pistols there, but it really doesn't feel like there's any way that they can win these Rubble fights against Velocity right now with how well they're using their utility.
Not even like a seize nade or anything. And now, Nightfall, clear out C, get the spike down. Full Sense, the only hero weapon here would be Sephiroth's.
And again, Rossi with an outlaw. He's going to put his rendezvous down. Now he's going to play a dirty off angle inside waterfall as you try to kick off your retake. You're going to be losing players on the way on in. This feels impossible for Full Sense.
Yeah, look at Rossi. I mean, there he goes again. Slight haunt, but everything's cleared out. The entire team is prepared. Hit by the grab net, but it doesn't even matter. Off angle, out towards Halls, and Damar just goes in for the peek. Rossi might have been gunned down, so a slight chance for Leviathan, but still, Madeline's position was not scouted out. That will be another round up for Velocity.
I wonder what Full Sense is going to do here. Do you take another attack timeout? Because that would be both of them for the rest of regulation gone. It's either that or they have to figure this out. They can't keep taking this Rubble fight. It's just not working for them. We need a different approach. We need to shove front B, or we need to do like a set play towards C mount, or rely on like a C mount door control kind of setup and just play retake A.
क्या बोला उसने?
Like, we need a different approach here because these Rubble fights just haven't been in.
6-2.
That's exactly what you're going to see. They move into a 2-1-2 from the 1-4. And Velocity go, well, let's go straight out Rubble and just exec A.
Let's go! Well, managing to slow them down with more utility this time, Full Sense. Baramash Paranoia, but is quickly dealt with. At least a progression smoke on the site. Sephiroth may be able to find a couple of picks around it. Quick with a Steel Garden ripped, coming out from Leviathan. Able to halt Velocity for the time being. But then, a stupendous Paranoia into sight. Sorties in hand as well, alongside Tabara, who continues to fan out across side. Madeline left with the trades. Potter and Leviathan left. It's gonna take some careful steps. Slow creeps out from stairs. Perhaps the arc rows to support, but they just go in dry peeking. Rossi with another punish. You cannot peek this guy. Potter does have nade. Perhaps looking for a way to chuck it in towards tree, but the spike's so close, Pilly. He just buys a bit of time to maybe get to halfway, but here comes Madeline just peeking into Potter's doom.
Wow. This is unreal. It feels like no matter what happens to Velocity, they can find the right passage and play the right call to get out of a bad situation. It's a beautiful Paranoia on backside. They lost Rust in the bloody open there. Dropped the spike in the open, and they just 4-on-5 contact up into the site, trade out beautifully, and end up in a 2-on-2 that they can win with the ult. Absolutely beautiful from Velocity. Full sense now. Bro, they're glass cannoning. They're forcing with light armor. Like, what is going on? I feel like this team is falling apart here, Quack.
It's odd, but they're just dumping bodies again and again into this A side. Potter often, time again, the first casualty of the round. And now second blood drawn. Laz quickly ripped off. You got a couple players around Baby Door, but I don't know if these angles will support full sense enough. Rossi again, just slow peeking into it. Leviathan trades, but lightning fast is right back. Sephiroth alone on this A site. Lo and behold, it's Madeline lurking while the rest of the team goes off for the spike plant. You wouldn't even think to turn behind, and Velocity now 8 rounds in a row.
This is crazy, man. Just the calling this attacking side is phenomenal. I mean, I always want to go, it just feels so methodical. They're working their way through the map. They're working together really, really well as a unit. Just waiting for full sense to regress into them and make mistakes. And you know, theoretically, it's something that I've always felt like is a good approach in a tournament like this.
Oh, bye.
A region that's
notorious for
having a lot of aggressive teams. Having a lot of teams that want to take a fight and offer you things that you can punish. And, you know, I feel like stylistically, in the past you'll have Korean teams that'll play a little bit slower that can be good at punishing those, that kind of style. But most of those teams are already in Pacific, right?
Yeah.
And in the past, like Korean TAC FPS, that's the kind of slower style that you'd have. It's a little bit more methodical, you take your time with it. But you don't really have those kind of teams as much in Tier 2, I feel like. Velocity right now is...
चिकलू को रुला दिया इन लोगों ने.
अच्छा
ये देगा.
In the break, like a European kind of style, a bit more of an EMEA flair. Maybe that comes from Russ. You were telling me that he's been playing on Guild in the past.
नहीं, I don't think so.
But it's just working a treat right now. Look at that, bro. What is that? I can't even count them all. That's 8 rounds. I can't even hold that many rounds.
हाँ, पता नहीं.
I couldn't even count them on the fly.
And especially with the upcoming round as well, where the guns aren't there, this could keep on going.
They lost the pistol and they went, yeah, cool. No worries.
No worries. No problem. We're good.
Let's cook them on the gun rounds, innit?
Eco है वापस इनका. ये वाला जीत गया तो easy हो जाएगा 10-2.
By Velocity, Full Sense don't want to take that fight. I like the fact that they're taking this fight towards frontside B. Funnily enough, it's not somewhere that Rossi has ever really lurked. He's always just turtling at the backside of C, waiting for aggression. And once again, he's just camping his way over in lobby, waiting for someone to peek in while the rest of Velocity take this A site for free. They're going to get a big flank on, so Rossi's going to have a chance to get involved in the action once this trademark goes down.
It's a pretty good camp to set. Outlaw first shot off, and he lands the collab. Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Opinion able to answer back, but let's see if they can find more. And Laz this time will be the one to wield the Outlaw.
They're just too far out of position. Velocity's already flipped the map, playing from Heaven's side. I don't know how you complete this retake, Quack.
A couple of them, I think, hiding inside of drop as well. It's Russ. It's a perfect setup. Straight into 2 players down. No chance. Trying to keep Velocity trapped around the spike at least so that they would all go off to it, but kill still going off the way, and now starting to let go of it. Leviathan able to take the shots, and Russ will go off, but the money's still good, man. They've had so many rounds, Pilsky.
I know, it's inconsequential. I just cannot believe it. Like, this experienced core in Velocity is really just allowing them to play such a slow, measured, perfect game right now. I feel like I'm watching a perfect attacking side of Lotus. This is bloody gorgeous, man.
Whoa. Alright, that's fighting words.
I'm not seeing any of that in the server right now. I'm seeing, like, you know, the most chill attacking side of Lotus. Outside the server, we are screaming our heads off. They are pumped. But they are focused, Quack. Contact out onto rubble yet again. Op pulled out by the chamber over on that C side of the map, not being given a peek. Full deadlock set up on this A side of the map. with a lot of players ready to defend any kind of A execute that comes out in the mid-round. Prowler, from opinion, will confirm no one's front B, so Full Sense don't feel any pressure to rotate. I like the fact that just trusting this A stack here.
Barrier deployed.
Hopefully, perhaps, a slightly different approach, a more passive one. But as time elapses again, they start to feel uncomfortable tossing out the utility in hopes that they would block off Velocity.
It's your fear!
Velocity then to just go out from tree. Nightfall through. Potter tries to slip past the cracks. Getting hit by a couple of flashes now, though. And Leviathan finds another. For the first time in a long streak, Full Sense come up with first kills. And now the rest of Velocity trying to barrel forward. Damara does manage to find one, but the paint shells manage to stop him. And Showstopper as well onto
9-3.
Already was caught by
9-3.
No 10-2 this time. It's Full Sense with an answer back.
13-9.
Yeah, they
ऐसे मत गो यार.
Unfortunately, it took the entire half for them to do so. Really nice setup on that A side. Completely pulling apart anything Velocity wanted to go for. Rossi checked well on the lurk by the Vice on C. And multiple ults invested to be able to shut that one down. A nice response at the end of the half for Full Sense, but they've still got to come back after this halftime break.
Wow.
13-3 हो तो मजा है.
Yeah. हो भी सकता है.
पनीर शीला खा रहे हैं लोग यार.
Well, we're back into the second half. Full Sense might have gotten that last round, but it's still so strong coming through from Velocity. Really liking this identity that they're beginning to carve out from themselves with this breach Neon. How does that look on defense? We'll take a look.
I mean, it's a lot of dealing with the chamber. It's something that Big Time talked about on the desk. You've got to be ready for Rossi taking these mount fights and be able to deal with him accordingly. Prowler out front B, confirming that the defense is no longer fighting Knight, although they did shut it down. Full Sense creeping their way out a rubble, and Velocity looking to fight it.
Oh, wow. Straight up with the fault line. Look at how many it hits. Russ even finding a shot in for himself as well. Now the full team is able to just lock them outside of a lobby, while Rossi begins to take a little trip all the way towards the back of spawn. Caught up by oh my goodness, it's just opinion left.
Hack कर रहे हैं क्या?
He just can't.
PC check करो भाई.
किसका
Oh my god. Should have hit up that Kovac scenario.
Huh?
Just before, you know,
the one where the
practice that.
भाई ये लोग तो full warm up हो गए हैं भाई. तो full इसमें आ गए. Flow में आ गए.
That's just beautiful util use.
भाई.
One player full blind by the paranoia. The stun connects. Beautiful bot line from Russ. Perfect flank from Rossi.
VLT जीत रही है, बेइज्जती क्यों कर रहा है?
The util has been so effective for Velocity this entire series, and Full Sense have no answer for it.
It's not even like fully tracked by the assist stat either. Rossi now finding the shot. Russ with 5 assists is what I was thinking about. But look, they're just gonna keep going for it. Shoot and scoot.
He just shoves the barrel straight in Potter's mouth. It's unbelievable the confidence that this man has. He doesn't hit the rendezvous, he just hits it with the no-scope.
Yeah, no, this is where we go for it. Jumping 360. Nah, it's not happening. Full sense looking to push their way through with the classics.
See what they can get done here. They have picked up an outlaw. So there is some upset potential here. Two players that could die to that in one shot. But Velocity are already set up to deal with this site plant. Can potentially delay it with some good util here.
Yeah, Aftershock, the Flashes, and the Prowlers all tossed in now. Madeline on for the hunt, but it doesn't matter when Delmara's the one
भाई जीत गए लोग यार
all the way through downstairs.
11-3 भाई.
For Velocity, a very clean anti-eco, despite the fact that you had a couple of whiff shots on the outlaw there from Rossi. Really, really nicely worked. And again, it's just effective until Aftershock forcing these players out. Really, really nicely timed C's towards the backside of the double stack there, and then your Neon slides on through. Bonus on the cards for Velocity here. Full Sense staring down the barrel of their first gun round. They're going to need a lot of them to try to come back here.
And if they don't, oh man, the map just might be done.
भाई फनाटिक वाला comeback भी हो.
Lightning fast on top of rubble.
Full rubber control. And this Full Sense attacking side is looking exactly like their adaptations that you saw them make on Ascent, right? They are just turtling in spawn.
Oh, nice shot.
What a shot there.
शायद हाँ हाँ.
Damara's just got a free haircut.
Jumping नहीं ज़्यादा दूर जाओ.
Kind of like the one that I've got. Paranoid out from lightning fast.
Bye bye bye.
Talk about your hair.
Timing बना लिया है.
What's going on? It's Full Sense trying to go Oscar Mike over onto C, but this is where Rossi is. A couple of them onto light shields, but nice, nasty shots coming through from Potter this time. Russ up close, trying to spray and pray. It's not going to happen. Low HP, but they will still be able to push on through, getting the spike down.
Yeah, Madeline shut out by the deadlock wall there. Barrier mesh going to keep him at bay. Nice safe plant from Opinion. Both him and Potter extremely low here. You don't want to lose extra guns here for Full Sense. You need every little bit of money that you could possibly have access to because they've got a big comeback to undertake.
One step at a time.
I'll find you.
Similarly for Madeline, just trying to clear it and take as much as possible.
Andy.
Unfortunately, no kills found, so rather successful coming through from Full Sense.
अब ऑपी डालेगा इसके उसी.
First of many that will be needed.
Oh, jumping मारा था भाई.
Oh. Hit that bloke with the reaction time test right now. I'm betting he clears that. Not me. I'm pushing 30 quack, so I don't want to. No one needs to see these numbers, but. But you got the C reactions, man. Like you got the SG aim. You know, you built different. You look like Jing out here.
Perhaps we're looking on to Rossi to hopefully be the one to react faster. But wow, we talked about the turtling. It's happening again.
कौन ओमन मरेगा
Dirty off angle. I mean, if anything, Rossi's the turtle because Sephiroth's just waiting for him to stick his head out of his shell so he can pop it off. Nothing being given. Progression smoke outside of A here. Full Sense looking to try to take some space. Feeling things out with the Prowler. Hotline will push them away for now.
Potential Aftershock to get sent through as well. I mean, this turtling is just baiting out utility from Velocity.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trading down the util. Now it's starting to make their way back towards C now, but you've had this two-man setup since the start of the round, Quack.
Operator. See how smooth SK Rossi can come out with it. Oh, this time, not connecting.
Oh, no.
To take the fall.
TPing into the open. That's not the clean execution that you were looking for. And Rossi's missed, you know, 4 or 5 of the last couple of shots we've seen him take.
30 seconds
You need your chamber to be connecting those shots with the operator. It is vitally important with this comp because, as we said on the desk, if chamber doesn't take those picks, doesn't hit the shots, then you become a useless man. You are a man with a gun. That is not shooting anyone. It's just facts, man.
It's, yeah, harsh word, but true. Well, this time it's Damar who unfortunately will bite the dust. Spike goes down as well. Probably might want to hang back and hold on to this op. Find more use with it for the next round.
I mean, look, I'm being a little harsh. You are a fantastic util sponge. You can soak up 2 or 3 pieces of util, TP out. But I don't know if that's what you're really looking for when you click chamber in the agent select screen.
Yeah.
Velocity looking to play the long game here, though. I like the 3-man save. We are very far ahead here. Could min-max the economy with some, you know, clever financial management. Just maximize the amount of buys that we can have to try to just secure 2 more. That's all you need. This was a great round from Full Sense, though. Potter, come on, man. Come on.
You were just talking about successful financial
That's fine. All good.
Okay.
He's right at home. They just pulled up over from the boot camp. He can just, you know, walk down the road, grab a little bit of extra cash. No
13-7. Yeah. Should be.
But once again,
13-5.
back towards the setup of Velocity.
They continue to want to try to take this rubble fight, feeling that they can win it time and time again. Sees Nate doesn't quite catch Tamara there. You can see it landed just behind him. Relay bolt to secure that A control.
नहीं गंदी लगती है ना मेरे
रस है ना
वाली
ये लेफ्ट नोट रो
rotate accordingly.
Again and again. Lightning Fast and Rossi as well outside of C.
Same setup. See if it'll find them more success here.
इस बार कनेक्ट होगा तो कुछ फायदा है.
Or become a util sponge, I suppose. You've
That's one
soaked
prowler.
up one prowler. Yes. That's value.
It's getting bigger.
Uh-oh. Some adjustments coming through from Full Sense. They're peeking with the util this time. Flashes, prowlers, all. No, that's getting soaked up. That's
looking huge, looking pumped, like Quack's biceps after a couple kills at the gym. We love to see it.
Yes, it's true. I get my protein shakes in.
Great. Well, that's going to push Velocity away. Sorry, Full Sense away. They're going to take that rubble control and tickle the door. They're trying to pull some rotations from Velocity over towards this A side of the map, but Velocity is not really biting. They're just sitting in their rotations. Rossi's alone on C here, though.
Oh, but look at the forward TP coming through from Sephiroth.
Nice.
Lightning Fast and Madeline are right around the corner as well. You mentioned that they weren't biting, and here they are. Velocity gunning down for that map point score. It's the wall bench shots up against Leviathan into trades against Potter. And there they go, Velocity up to 12.
13-5 guys, I think.
It's phenomenal how little they're panicking in the mid to late round. Like, the rotations barely moved. They had so much faith in Rossi, in their C retake protocol, that even though the majority of Full Sense was barreling down the door of the C site, they barely even moved an inch. Like, look at the minimap right now. Rossi's on his own. You have the one rotation of Lightning Fast in Waterfall, and everyone else is still holding around the map, which really is what allows Madeline to catch that push in through door side. That tells you that Velocity as a team are just trusting the setups. They trust the process. They are fully confident that they are going to win this game against Full Sense, doing what they've drilled, doing what they've practiced day after day.
You have to admire that. And, you know, for all the, you know, couple of shots that he's whiffed here and there, Rossi is still sitting up on top of 16 kills. Same setup once again.
Tamara again, barely dodging that util. Almost caught him this time, but Full Sense changing up the approach. Going to be a contact towards front B, towards Russ.
Does have the util after all. Able to slow them down, and here comes Rossi with the door step open. Sephiroth and Alpinia trying to shoot their way out, but the chances of survival slowly slimming down. Damar pushes the button a little bit too early. Now it's Nightfall, quickly set to cross. Russ.
Nice throw.
Unfortunately caught red-handed. Lightning Fast is the last
कर दिया यार.
for Velocity.
मैं जैसे हैं दिव्यांग.
You know, he's front B. They know they need to smoke off the door, worry about the stairs angle. Full Sense just going to play this one by the numbers, walking hand in hand, straight through. As long as they can trade this one kill, then they can get this round done. Lightning fast though, both of his opponents pretty low here. It's a very winnable 1-on-2 clutch, but he's banking on the fact that they're going to end C here.
ओए मेरे को बोलियो ACL कब खेलना है सुना?
Cover going out. 30 seconds left.
Okay.
ये चक्रवर्ती. ओए.
क्या हुआ? Now you've got a couple of smokes.
ACL जब क्यों करे मेरे को बोलियो मैं भी
potentially try, but
ACL क्या है?
ACL just gonna sneak forward.
Ascent Challengers League.
A little more concerned about Baby Door, but it's the players up towards heaven, and they were both working together. Full Sense able to extend their life.
Staying alive in this series, just doing things sensibly, at least in the XVX. That was a very nice setup. That's what I was talking about when I was asking when a Full Sense going to run a C mount door setup. That's exactly what you saw from Velocity there. As soon as the front B contact comes in onto Russ, not only does he he get one, but you have the Omen who opens the door, and then it's just a firing squad for an op that's staring straight down from that C site all the way through the three pickings. That's why it's such a strong setup, especially when you're running the chamber. It was the perfect reaction to Full Sense trying to kick off that B contact. Unfortunately, though, where Velocity really ran into issues was just trying to end the game too fast, too quickly.
अभी ये टाइम आउट ले दे तो VLT का जो कोच है कुछ बोलता ही नहीं, बस शांत रहता भाई.
That they knew was stuck in front B and hunt them down and kill them so they could just be done with this game. But
yeah,
corner some of these Full Sense players, they're sharp as anything.
No one but me.
No one but
#002.
But I guess we'll see. Cornered or not, at least now, certainly in the map scoreline, they are. They've been turning throughout most of these rounds, but for the first time in a long time, they're going to come in with a slight eco half-buy, if anything, to
Bucky, and probably a tour de force here for Rossi. So there are a few things they have to consider. Seems like Rossi's going to take an angle over towards A. Initial shot, then probably TP into door and try to swing it open. To find a pick there.
Tour de force could slow, but the angles aren't there. He's been smoked off and everything.
Definitely have a chance at a shot here at some point.
Okay.
Hello, GC.
Prowler more
pushing off the line. Yeah, I mean, Full Sense just doing a really, really good job. Just safely crossing behind the cover of the dark cover. Prowlers to push that chamber op off the line, and they're going to secure themselves the showstopper. So I would assume they would have just kicked off the A execute, but it looks like they want to split B instead.
Door quickly broken. Showstopper into sight. A sheriff shot heard, but otherwise nothing else. Showstopper just to give Velocity a slight warning as to avoid heaven control, but Rossi's coming back in. The rest of the team as well. Slightly threw an out over from door, but Steel Garden should secure it. Sephiroth out with first blood. Spotted onto another player as well, and you still have, C-Link blocked off with the smokes. It kind of does go off though, and here come the flashes now. Rossi with the first shot on Tour de Force. It just controls a little bit more space. And with that, the rest of the players are now able to set up the firing squad around the site. Laz wanting to push all the way through, but slowed down. Rossi, the shot whiffs. And it's Annihilation sent in as well, but not quite connecting. Grabbed it onto Rossi. Laz needing to nail the shot. He comes back to save the day. A Zowie clutch to put Full Sense up to another round.
Took everything out of Full Sense to get that round across the line though. And there was very little invested in it from Velocity. Just the tour de force, a Bucky and a singular sheriff, but they make that round look so competitive.
ये तो funny लग रहा है. ये तो funny लग रहा था वो.
Expend everything, and that's why you see the celebration from the team that, just lost that round. They know that they've really taken everything away from Full Sense here. Change up now on the attacking side. Leviathan will pull out an op and look to try to actually take a fight here with Rossi. maybe reading the fact that he doesn't have the money to buy himself an op, and feeling like there's a potential chance to punish that.
Definitely could be a good challenge. Rossi, though, the way that he's hugging that wall so tightly would have been a strong angle, but otherwise everyone peels off and go back to the B.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up into heaven. Potter's going to have a really deep angle to be playing here. Damara looking to contest with Russ's util, but forced away by the dark cover for now.
And that's everything blocked off. Double sonic sensors too, but Madeline in with a nightfall, out with the guns. Damar, the first one to slide in. He actually gets a free transfer onto a second player. Potter out from heaven, needing to do a bit more damage. Rossi towards the back, plus some attention away as well. But Ross coming back through. Leviathan now with the op shots. All of a sudden, Velocity feels the need to turn around. Potter still alive as well. Oh no, the shots whiff! This could be it then. Potter low HP. Exposes himself out in the open. Lightning fast, finding the shot at the end. A catastrophic end out for full sets on the second map. Lotus going successful for Velocity Gaming.
किसी ने तेरी चैट में तेरा साथ लिखा था ना?
Beautiful performance here.
हाँ, प्रथमेश.
I don't know how many people would have had high expectations of Velocity
Why?
in this tournament. I mean,
मैं तो तेरा 5 पे थी, वो थ्रो कर दिया नहीं तो वही जीत जाते.
Pretty heavily, especially when you've got sharp teams from Southeast Asia like Full Sense. They're playing on good soil here.
एंटी?
आज लास्ट दिन है ना शायद एक्ट का?
And they played a pretty decent game today, but Velocity made them feel very uncomfortable, coming in with this really unique style. Breach Neon Chamber on both maps.
इतने सालों से जानता हूँ इनको. तुम्हारे दोस्त है क्या ये?
Really effective utility usage. How they're going to try to tackle it.
Crazy यार. Time to go to sleep. Okay guys, it's an end of the watch party. नींद आ रही है. सोने जाऊंगी मैं अब. Good night. Bye bye. Thank you for joining. Take care. Tada. See you at night if I stream.